everyone, and welcome to our very special three-part mini-story, Deathmatch Island, the Great Leveler. I'm Mike, not your GM. I'm a player, hooray. And I'm joined by some amazing players. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah. Let's meet our fellow players and GMs. We have Arcane Folks D&D's very own special social media manager, Amber.
Hey.
You can find Amber here on the channel, or the latest episodes of Roll Initiative on the Artificer DM channel, which she guest starred in.
We have a cat.
We're joined by a cat.
I'm away.
Speaking of which, I'm going to throw it to you. Exploring new systems have been such a delight, and today we have to thank our GM for today, for this little mini-series, Nick. Thank you so much for running this for us.
Yeah, very excited to give this a spin.
You can find Nick here on Arcane Focus D&D as our ever-changing wizard. And lastly, joining as our special guest, once again, Michael Ray Williams. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. We had so much fun in our last Kids on Bikes one-shot. We couldn't wait to get you back in. And would you mind telling people where they can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super stoked to be back. You guys are the party people. I love it. I am the creative director over at Grimstone Gaming. We are on YouTube, Blue Sky, and TikTok. I'm currently GMing a homebrew D&D 5e campaign called Essentia that is all kinds of madness. I'm also playing in we have a series that we run called Tabletop Turntable. It's every other Tuesday, and we're running a system right now called The Crypt Has Opened, and it's very similar to Monster of the Week. It's a game that's in its final round of playtesting, and it's Appalachian cryptids and magic, and it's like a paranormal post-apocalyptia. It is super fun, so you should come check that out. We'll be playing. We do that every other Tuesday, but that's all up on the YouTube channel, Grimstone Gaming Group.
Hell yeah, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah, super
I love
fun.
that. I love that style and that sort of vibe. Speaking what feels like it's already going to be a vibe. Nick, I honestly, I've left you alone when it came to building this. So I am fully in the dark. Please lead us into the Great Leveler.
All right, so today we're going to be playing Deathmatch Island. A little bit of business up front. They have some really handy media touchstones in the book to give you an idea of what you're talking about. Got the book here.
The book is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's nicely, like, on the same page. It has like a lot of these full graphic of like the no-name brand of just like grenades and cookies and guns, and
I love it.
We saw some of the pictures. Are great.
Yeah. So some of the media that inspired Deathmatch Island: Battle Royale, the 2000 movie; Squid Game, really obviously; Hunger Games, also really obviously; the Deathloop video game; Survivor, the TV series; Lost; Severance, The Prisoner; PUBG, Control. And they specifically call out the White Lotus soundtrack is something that inspired them. So that's the kind of area we're playing in. There's also a pitch, like real short, this is what the game is. So I'll read that to start us off here. Deathmatch Island is a fast-paced game about a deadly game show on a mysterious island chain. The competitors don't know how they got here. They have been selected and recruited, forced to risk their lives in a series of deadly series of games for the vague promise of a big reward for the sole survivor. One player takes the role of production, in that case that's me, the invisible hand behind the ruthless proceedings. The rest of the players are competitors, a random collection of everyday people with a hazy memory of their life before the game. Previously, we've discussed things like safety tools. That this is a game where, it's about fairly regular people doing violence. So we talked a bit about like what kind of rating level we're going to be at. I'm not going to get super extreme with any of the descriptions or anything like that. If anything does happen to come up that is especially sensitive for anyone, you can always just ping me in Discord, and then probably nobody will even know. We'll just cut it all out. But I don't expect we'll encounter any of that today. Everybody's created characters prior to today's session. Everybody's been given a brief introduction to the game, but I've run this once just purely solo to learn the rules. I've watched some plays of this, but we're going to take it slow, especially on our first few rolls, as we really get a feel for the system and how this works. I do want to credit designer Tim Denis, Old Dog Games, and published by Evil Hat Productions, the game of Deathmatch Island. Okay. All the players have also received a secret initial motivation for their characters, kind of like an under the surface, this is what drives you sort of thing. It's up to the players how much they want to embrace that or not, and if they reveal that kind of thing to other players or not. But when we are doing like flashbacks to your life prior to the island, or whenever you want to like flavor anything about how your character behaves, you can secretly call on that. Do the players have any questions before we begin?
I'm good.
All right. Okay. So we have our three characters. You wake up to the smell of diesel fuel, salt water, and tar. You are on a small fishing boat. One of you, as you wake up, is currently operating the 2-stroke outboard motor as the boat chops through a rolling gray sea towards an island. Which one of you do you think would be operating the motor? Do any of you have explicitly nautical experience?
I absolutely.
All right, so Wilder, right? That's how we would. Yeah, Wilder. Okay, so Wilder, you wake up but you are like holding the motor. You're directing the motor as you wake up. What does that feel like to come to holding this motor?
Full standing, 90 degrees, holding a lever.
Maybe crouched, maybe seated. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not standing.
I would think probably seated if I remember from the one time I actually drove a boat. So wow, that's a big question there. I imagine that the immediate reaction would be to jerk, so the boat probably does move a little bit. But Wilder is so I'm a little foggy on how much about our pasts do we know. Do I know like anything about my career?
Yeah, you do know those basics, right?
Okay.
The deal is you have all the it's like you went to sleep and then some amount of time passed. And you've woken up here.
Gotcha.
That's how it feels in your head.
Okay.
Right? That is what you all feel in your head, is something like that happened. Yeah.
So Wilder is a chief lifeguard. So he is very used to stressful situations and kind of having that quick reaction time. So I think there would be some initial shock, but with the sea spray and the smell and everything, I feel like that instinct would take over and he would pretty quickly regain control of it. Can I see the other two?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you do that, the boat jerks, they probably look at you. What is a quick initial physical impression that the other two would get of Wilder?
Wilder is just over 6 feet tall, swimmer's builds. He's got pretty broad shoulders. He's a little older. He's probably in his low 44, 45 range. He has kind of short, shaggy, blondish, grayish hair that has probably been colored a little bit by the sun. He is pretty fit kind of guy.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, and so there's two other people in the boat. So Wilder, you're looking out at the other two. It's not a very big boat, so they're not far away from you. Let's go to Phyllis. Phyllis, what do the other two see? A quick physical description as they look at Phyllis.
Sure. Phyllis has hazel eyes. She's kind of got salt and pepper hair, and she is literally covered in tattoos, at least what you can see of her. She's also got a decent build. We're allowed to say what we were, our occupation?
As much as you want.
Okay. I'm a quote unquote sandwich artist, but I'm going to add creativity with this and say that in her spare time, she kind of breaks down sets to make her art. So that's kind of where that fitness comes in, where she
What
has to
is a
use some of her muscles.
sandwich?
Yeah.
Conceptual sandwich.
What
yeah.
is a sandwich?
And
Schrodinger's
she's-
sandwich.
Yeah.
She's 40s, about 5'10", so she's kind of got some height on her and is very confused as to what happened and how she ended up here.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to be. All right, and Wilder and Phyllis, you're also able to look at Austin. Austin, quick physical description. What do they see when they look at you?
Oh, who the fuck's moving the fucking boat? Oh. Austin is he's a little older man. He's about 46, but he still kind of looks good. You know, doesn't have the
Gotcha.
white streaks yet. He's got brown hair. He's got brown eyes. You know, pretty standard build. He does got a bit of a gut. You know, he's gone to the doctors and they've said that he's a little overweight, but he's okay. He's got an outdoorsy man.
Who isn't?
You know,
A little
what do the doctors
Right.
know? You know, they want me to get out. I already do that. He works at the fire lookout in New Jersey. So, you know, he gets out sort of outdoorsy. That's in the summer months, and then sort of off the summer months he works at the visitor center. You know, he does a lot of guiding. He's not as tatted up as Phyllis, or at least the woman next to him. He's got one tattoo on his arm that's sort of poking through the sleeves. That you can see it says Sarah, and then it's scratched out.
Like scratched out professionally, or just
Or
like
like with a
scratched out with some
tattoo.
marker?
It looks like
Tattoo
out.
scratches.
it looks like he's gone to a cousin who does tattoo art, and he's like, just
Oh,
put
I
a
see.
line, please, or do something.
That's
New Jersey's
exactly what I
cousin
pictured.
tattoo,
Yeah.
And did go ahead.
No, what's up?
I was just gonna ask if Mike the player watched Sopranos for this accent research, or
Yeah,
where did you pull?
I'll
New
never
Jersey
tell
from?
you. Don't worry about it.
The magician never reveals his secrets.
Never.
Yeah. All right. We will continue introductions, but we'll move on a little bit here. So, you all kind of like looking at each other, looking at the boat, looking at like the open sea around you, and then the island in the distance that you are headed towards. You don't remember how long you've been on this boat or how you got here. You don't remember much now that you think about it. You're not sure what happened to your clothes. You're all wearing the same thing. You're wearing plum-colored coveralls, as well as strange wristwatches. Kind of looks like if a smartwatch was built in like the 1970s, that's the sort of thing you've got on. You check your pockets. All you have on you is you all have neatly folded in your pocket a copy of a letter. It's slightly damp from sea spray. Are you guys able to see the welcome letter PDF
Oh,
in Roll20? I just clicked
see.
show to
Yeah.
players as
Yes.
well, but it should be
Yes,
in your
there
just
it is.
populated. There
All
it
right.
is.
If I can have Phyllis read the welcome letter out loud. You
There
all
you
have
go.
copies of it.
1 second. Phyllis is
Yeah.
having special difficulties where her menu does not like to move.
It's all stuck together and it doesn't want to come apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
Needs to-
I had to expand the window down.
No, I know. But Roll20 likes to do this to me with my other games.
we would contact the cops for whoever this captain's capturing us, but they don't do shit.
They don't do shit. Okay.
I agree.
Welcome to Island 1. Congratulations, you have been selected to participate in Deathmatch Island. Winning will mean fame, freedom, and unlimited wealth. You may be experiencing some confusion and memory loss. This is normal following the selection and recruitment process. This is important that you do not panic. Look around you. These fellow competitors are your team. You might like to try... Oh, sorry. Scrolling down. Like to try some icebreakers. Trust and good teamwork are crucial to victory. In 2 minutes, Phase 1 will begin. In this phase, you will explore Island 1. Complete challenges, acquire resources, and meet other contestants. Alliances will be formed and threats will be eliminated. At the end of Phase 1, a klaxon will sound 3 times. This signals Phase 2, the Battle Royale. Only half the remaining competitors will survive this phase. Their survivors progress to Island 2. Survive. Hold on, I lost my place. I'm blind. Okay.
Good
The survivors progress to Island 2. Survive all islands to earn the ultimate reward. Good luck, competitor. Play to win.
Survive?
And then it has a bunch of check boxes, but I think that's for...
Yeah,
That's the icebreakers.
Switch us to that screen here. Yeah.
Did I sign up for something?
Yeah, did we? I don't remember signing up for something. Did I sign up for something?
It says here that we're gonna get like. Did they beat us over the head or something? Like we got fuzzy?
I really feel like we need to address the consent part of getting us undressed and getting us in here.
Yeah, I don't remember changing.
Yeah, I mean they must have a legal team like you wouldn't believe.
Hey, Cap, can you turn the boat around? Do we have to go towards the island? Are we contractually obligated?
First off, do I see a lighthouse?
There is a lighthouse. You're
Perfect.
starting to see some distinct like buildings and possible landing locations as you're getting closer to the island.
Well, I'm guessing that looking back behind us, it's just ocean.
Open ocean as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, and this boat is not going to get us very far. So
This is not a deep sea vessel.
The safest
a
thing for
dinghy.
us to do is to go to this island and see if we can make some more sense of this.
Maybe they only
Is there
give you
any-
enough gas to get there.
Probably
As
that is what I would
these.
guess. Is there anything else in the boat that could potentially be useful?
As you start to look around the boat, you're not seeing any immediate supplies. And then there's
These
a
questions.
beep from the devices you're all wearing on your wrists, and they all print out a small slip of paper. Just like prints out a little bit, you tear it off. It says 0 followers. The events on the island will tend to favor those with more followers. If you're playing to win, you will want to gain followers as quickly as possible. Why don't you take turns and go around asking each other an icebreaker?
Oh.
We can start with Austin. Do you want to pick an icebreaker question to ask the other characters?
Yeah, sure. One of the questions are you afraid? This doesn't feel right. I'm freaking the fuck out. Are you guys all right?
I think I'm more confused than anything at the moment. I don't
Okay,
think
you're
I'm
not
afraid
scared.
until we get there and see what
Yeah.
happens.
I am inclined to lean in that direction as well. First things first. Definitely uncomfortable.
Okay. By the way, I'm Austin.
Wilder.
Phyllis.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Astoria, Oregon.
Oh, New York.
Oh, hey. Okay. Okay, not too far away. You never been to Oregon?
It's beautiful.
I hear it's nice.
Good trees?
Oh yeah, redwoods,
Okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting. That sounds nice.
giant sequoias.
There's some questions here. Anyone else want to take one?
I guess yeah. We're in a game, right? And so the smartest thing to do would be to play the game. Yeah.
I mean, I'm impressed that my watch just printed out a paper. So
That is,
normally
no.
I don't have any watches.
It's
to do
got to be
that.
like the heat printers, you know,
That
where
is
you get
wild, yeah.
some of those. I don't know.
Here, I'll read one.
You have to. You have to.
I have to read one.
You no. Look at the one 2 down from
Oh
what I
my
read.
God,
You
yeah,
have.
you
I
do.
don't even know where you read yours.
Second row.
Yeah, second column
Or second column, excuse me.
down.
I know.
Fourth
Is that
down
too
or
serious?
third
Did you
down?
have any idea? Did you have any idea?
Fourth.
Oh,
kidding
okay,
me?
I thought it was third down. What is your favorite sandwich and why? And she looks at you dead ass serious when she says it.
Jeez.
This
All
is
right.
the question that tells Phyllis everything she'll ever need to know
Yeah.
about.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
You're one of those people that like puts the tomato in and then stores it. Like we're gonna have problems because that's just not the way to
Why don't
go.
you back up? You very close now.
Well,
I don't think she was asking that facetiously.
No, I don't think she. If she had something, she would be threatening us with it.
I
Yeah.
haven't got anything on this stupid watch with the paper.
Marinara meatball. You know, meatball subs pretty nice.
Cheese or no cheese?
Oh, with cheese.
Okay.
Of course.
Not a complete animal. I can accept this answer.
Complete animal.
There's some people that don't put cheese. And it's a little weird because then it's just soggy tomato.
No, okay. No, I see the...
You get a pass
process.
if you're like lactose intolerant or something. It's not your fault.
I'm partial to a Reuben myself.
Very nice.
Okay. You seem to approve. Someone who's very, I guess, dedicated to sandwiches. You got really intense.
I think
on
like
us.
she moves like her arm and then she has like a very like 50s interpretation of an old fashioned like there's the sailor but then they're holding like a giant hoagie.
Oh.
And she like shows you the tattoo on the back of her
That
arm.
is fantastic.
Okay, so you've got like a Scooby-Doo sandwich on your arm. There's a lot of layers. That's nice.
I mean, I made my own house very, very close to that design. It took a lot of time
What?
bending materials. Yeah.
You did what now?
That's kind of what I do. I
You
think.
make-
At least
wait.
last I remember, that's what I do.
I think this confusion that's more serious than I first
I
anticipated.
think yeah. Live in a sandwich?
Okay,
I don't live in a sandwich. I lived in a sandwich-shaped vehicle. That's the difference.
In a vehicle. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little trailer.
Hey. It's fine.
So Wilder's gonna look. I guess the questions are on the little watch thing.
In this case,
Yeah.
they're at the bottom of the welcome letter that you all have copies
oh,
of.
right,
a little
right.
soggy.
Yes. It's all
Yeah,
wet
gotcha,
a little
gotcha,
bit.
gotcha.
Some of it got.
You're like
ruined.
looking, so the ink is probably running. Smells like,
Yeah.
again, it smells like a 1980s kind of printer paper.
Oh, yeah.
It has like the print,
That's very
the
distinct.
spool thing is on the side,
You're
right?
ripping
It has
it.
those,
Austin is ripping it
Yeah.
slowly to the
Constantly,
sides.
yeah,
It's just-
tearing it. As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I think it was veterinarian. I don't know really how I got from that point A to point Z, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that seems like a leap.
In love,
As a child?
I want to put down the sleeve.
Oh, you need to. I got words about that cover up. We need to fix that.
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
What did you want to when you were a child? What did you
Oh,
want
as
to
a
be when
child?
you grew
Oh,
up?
I missed that
As a
part.
child, that's
Got it.
okay. That's
Don't worry
a
about
stressful situation.
You think I'm the weird one?
I wanted to be a barber.
Oh,
Good hair.
that's respectable. Yeah,
We had a local barber. He was really nice. I figured that'd be cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that first answer threw me.
What? Don't I didn't hear right. You know.
Clearly.
I'm deaf in this ear. A little deaf.
Why?
Cause age gets to you. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's something I don't want to look forward to.
Does Wilder answer the question or just pocket away the information that the others gave?
No, he'll play along. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a park ranger.
Oh hey, I work at a visitor center near one of the forests in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, small world.
No, it's really nice. You know, outdoors is really cool. You know, you get away from a lot of the people because people could be
Yeah.
kind of crazy. They could be a little. Yeah, just people. You know,
Well, they
Yeah,
could knock you
no,
over the
no, I
head
get
and
it.
put you in
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
jumpsuit.
I know we all
I've
asked
never
the
been to the
question.
East Coast.
It's
Yeah.
it's nice. You know, we got 4 seasons.
Wow.
You should. We all asked the question, but I think this is something we all should answer. How do we all feel about clowns?
Oh.
Kind of 50-50, I guess. You know?
50.
Yeah. The shoes really unnerved me.
The shows?
The
Yeah,
I feel like it
mean,
takes-
You never know how much foot is actually in there, and I feel like you can. That's. I don't know. That just unnerves me. Cause you imagine like if their foot was actually that long. I'm sorry. Clearly that was not the right answer to the question.
I asked if anyone was afraid, and you said, no, I'm curious and a little concerned. But when I asked about clowns, you said the foot scares you. Okay.
Yeah, their feet unnerve me. Sorry, I know what to do in dangerous situations. Clowns are a whole different kind of ball game.
What if there's clowns in the island?
I feel like it's dedication to be a clown in this era. I don't want to go around
Agreed.
like that.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you've broken the ice, all of you can open your character sheets and mark 2 trust with each of the other competitors. So on the right-hand side, there's a space to count trust. Count up 2 of those to 2 and write down the names of your other 2 competitors, your teammates. Trust is a resource that you can spend as we play. You can spend a trust to get one of the people you have trust with to help you. They'll give you a copy of one of their die to roll in a contest. You can spend trust to have somebody block harm for you. They don't take the harm. They just help you avoid a particular kind of harm. Or spend trust to get somebody to follow your lead. The winner of each contest as we go on will become the temporary leader of your group. That will ultimately get to make decisions and when you're doing things. If you have trust with the leader, you could spend trust to make the leader follow your lead and do what you want instead of making their own choices.
I like that.
Interesting.
All right, everybody mark their trust. Okay. You start to hear seagulls crying out in the distance. You are almost at the island now. It is a steep mountain cloaked in thick green vegetation that dominates the view. You see some signs of habitation. There's concrete jetties to dock your boat. You see a seaside village, a small industrial port, a radio mast on one of the hills in the distance, and a lighthouse. Now that you are closer, you can see that the lighthouse has a very large illuminated sign in front of it that is the universal symbol for no. The red circle with the line through it. You think the signage is pretty clear. They do not want you to land at the lighthouse. But it is time for your first decision as an alliance. Where will you land on Island 1? So any of the locations on the map that are touching the coast, you can land on. So technically you can try the lighthouse. You can see what happens. There's number 1, the fishing village. Number 6, the industrial port. I think those are our choices.
I have something to interject here. I think the first thing we need to do is have a name for our group because we're a team. And considering you say you good with a boat, so you work a lot with the ocean, Wilder.
I'm a lifeguard.
Okay, I'm a park ranger. I work a lot of inland, and you, Phyllis, you do a lot of you obviously obsessed with sandwiches.
That's what I make my artwork out of.
Oh, okay.
I also cater, but I don't really advertise that too much.
I propose that we call ourselves the Surf and Turf.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Actually is a little too obvious not to do. So Team Surf and Turf works for me.
Where we landed?
That down.
Yeah, we gotta write that down. Well,
I feel Wilder's inclination would probably be the fishing village because that's probably more closely to where the place that he lives. Astoria is a coastal town, so that's probably his inclination. But he's also open to suggestion.
I'm gonna trust him because he knows how to work the boat.
yeah, I don't want.
I don't know how to work
I'm
the
not
boat.
moving that.
I could probably help lift the boat, but I don't know how to. No.
It sounds like you're approaching the fishing village.
Yeah, we'll head to the fishing village.
Okay. Let me take us back to another screen here. This will be our main screen. Do I still have the map on that screen? Also?
You do.
Yeah, so you can peek at the map in between. I'll move this red
Sweet.
dot
Very cool.
where you guys
love
are.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That looks great. Yeah.
Okay, so you're approaching. You see like a single concrete jetty. There's a few tarmac roads. There's a dozen or so like weather-beaten buildings. You're starting to hear like the caw of tropical birds. Sun is like hot overhead as you're moving towards this building. The village definitely gives you the like either it was like not maintained very well or it's been abandoned for a long time. The jungle is starting to like reclaim parts of it.
Okay.
You see that there are already a couple of boats similar to yours that are parked there, and as you get closer, you do see more people dressed in plum coveralls like yours that are like kind of moving around, running in and out of buildings, looking at each other warily. You start to hear the sound of like distant shouting and arguing. And you get closer, park your boat. You know, you're able to like step off onto the dock. You see wooden houses are painted in very faded pastels. Windows are boarded up. Strong smell of fish, salt water, and smoke. Somewhere there's the sound of glass breaking. But what dominates your attention as you kind of like unsteadily get off the boat, help each other off the boat, and like look around. There's two groups, two trios that look like maybe they're assigned teams like yourself. They're on opposite sides of a large crate. Crate is labeled acquisitions. All over the island right now, there are supplies to gather. That's part of the point of phase 1 is get supplies before this all becomes a battle royale deathmatch. These two groups are arguing. Tensions are high. One of the leaders is like a smooth-looking kind of like sales executive type. As you approach, he pulls a gun.
Whoa,
And he says,
hey,
"All right,
geez.
this is all ours. Everybody, you just get out of here. This is all ours. Everybody, just back off."
Okay, hey, shit.
Yeah, it looks like if you don't do anything, he might shoot someone.
Oh my god.
He seems to be kind of some people get unsettled and don't know what's going on, and they resort to violence. That's the deal here. This is Gideon here. This is not
Hey
gonna
man,
be
you
right.
signed up like we did apparently. So chill the fuck out.
What did that? Oh, where's that letter? I'll read it again.
Phyllis, put
Digging
your
a
hands
letter
up.
out of your pocket.
Oh, I put my hands
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna dig my. Yeah,
I was thinking,
I'll put my
maybe
hands
one
up
of you
too.
go behind him and just knock him over the head. And
He's looking right at us.
I'm whispering.
What are you gonna do? Walk around his side? He's gonna see you do that?
So where we're at in gameplay is this is the first contest, and you guys can tell me we're just gonna leave, and then what'll happen is you'll like effectively lose. You won't get any supplies here. You won't get any rewards. Probably not the best thing to do.
Do we want the crate?
Like if maybe you get involved, maybe you guys split what's in there and what's in the houses. Maybe one approach here. Do you try to diffuse this situation calmly? We would do a social game if we were doing that approach. We would use that capability, make some rolls, see how it works out. Or I mean, there's two sides here that are both like 3 people. You could pick a side and join in. You could pick the side of Gideon, the guy who has the gun, or Makbul seems to be running the other set of 3 people. You could join in there, and then you
They all
outnumber
have
the guy.
name tags, so just realize that's how we know their names. It's got a
Yeah,
name
they
tag.
have names, they have numbers. Everybody has the different numbers. You guys have numbers as well, right? Austin is 55, Phyllis is 17,
And I'm
Wilder's 46. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've described a couple of ways you might want to get involved. At this time, your group does not have one designated leader, so if you cannot come to an agreement, maybe we'll randomly determine. But what are you guys thinking? I mean, you can whisper amongst yourselves and like decide how you want to approach the situation.
Austin, aren't you good at like diffusing dangerous creatures or whatever? No?
I don't like people. I can calm down a beaver. You know? I can chill out like a deer.
Yeah, I'm great with people, that I'm trying resuscitating. Beyond that,
I don't
Unconscious.
want to need
gets kind
resuscitating.
of awkward. I am disinclined to lean in favor of the jackass with the gun, though.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
So if we're gonna take sides here, my inclination is to go the other way.
That guy's name's Mambo. Let's go hang out with him.
I don't think that's his name.
No?
His name's not Mambo. That's a K. Anyway, maybe need some glasses too with the hearing aid.
I'm getting old now. You're an artsy type. I'm getting on. You're an artsy type. Do you talk to a lot of people?
I mean, yes and no. See, I don't like talking to the assholes. That's the catering part. And normally I bribe them with food when I have to talk to them. I don't really have food.
Are you an artist or are you like a food person?
Both.
Okay. I accept it. Should we just jump this person?
I mean,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
that's-
look over at Makbul and be like, "Hey, you want to team up against this guy?"
Makbul does a double take. What about he? You get the immediate vibe that like he got in this argument because you overheard him saying some stuff about that's not fair just because you we're all in this, we're all just trying to figure out, but also his voice as he addresses you is very weary already, and he's
okay.
Hey, man.
yeah. He doesn't get to get everything just because he happens to have a gun, and let's all spread out and surround him.
I think we
Is
need
that what
some
we're
more,
doing?
Yeah.
more gumption. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask what else is in the immediate.
Yeah, what's in
vicinity.
the other? What's
Yeah.
around
Grab
it?
a rock.
As we get there's the buildings, there's the boarded up windows or broken windows. There's buildings to run in and out of. There's people running in the distance. You could pop into any of these random buildings. You can move around any of these random buildings. You can also flavor what would be nice to be able to grab, although there's not going to be other weapons that are just lying around.
Pocket
There's
sand.
broken glass. There's rocks, boards on the ground, that kind of stuff.
Are there any old fishing nets?
Probably not in really great shape, but enough that they could do something for a moment. I think
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
rotten fishing nets hanging on the walls of these places.
Yeah. So that's gonna be my move.
All right, so we need to pick if this is snake mode or just deathmatch. It sounds like you guys are trying to be sneaky rather than just running at the guy
Yeah.
with the gun.
Yeah,
So that would be
yeah.
snake mode would
Yeah.
be what we're
Snake
going to use
mode.
here.
Snake mode active.
Okay. All right. So this contest is snake mode versus Gideon. He is the opposition here. This contest, because a gun is involved, is going to be dangerous. Normally, when you fail in a contest, you mark 1 fatigue. In this case, you will mark 1 injury if you fail. If you fail to meet the target number, you're going to get hurt.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to walk through how we do this now. So you guys have stated your approach and goal. The approach is team up with Makbul, drive Gideon away. I don't think the goal is to kill Gideon
No.
right here,
No,
right?
no.
No.
Maybe
None
not
of you have
allowed.
ever killed anyone before, as far as I know, so I don't think
I
we're
might-
jumping to that.
If I got the opportunity to take the gun, I would, but that is not necessarily my main goal.
Okay, you want to do some sneaky moves around and intimidate Gideon and his 2 lackeys that they leave. That sounds like the goal here.
I don't need to go back to prison.
Back?
Back to prison. Oh no.
Wait a
all
minute.
right.
Wait a minute.
What is
We're
it?
going to have a
Small time.
discussion later.
This arguably seems worse. Just saying. 3 meals a day, exercise. Just saying. Just saying.
All right, so I am determining what dice to roll. Gideon has traits that are associated with different, either D6, D8, D10, that kind of thing. I'm deciding which ones make the most sense. He is rolling his name die, just like you guys are going to do. He's a sales executive. That one's going to come into play
He's a
here.
sales executive.
He's a sales executive, and he's callous in that clearly, if he needs to, he will shoot at somebody right now.
He stepped on people to get ahead.
I'm also
Yeah,
adding
I
the
got the
danger
vibe.
level of this situation as we progress into the game. This base number is going to get higher and higher. But in this case, right here, right now, that's a +4. So I'm rolling a D8 and a D6, taking the higher, and then adding 4. And that's going to be the number that you guys are going to need to beat.
Okay.
So do that
I
right
was like,
now.
I think
and
I'm
this is
good at
gonna
That's-
snake mode, but I don't know
Are
how
you
to
good at
apply
snake
it.
mode?
Yeah, that's
that
what I got
totally
on my
sounds
sheet.
doable.
Maybe
Yeah, we can add. Yeah, that's we're yeah.
maybe Wilder.
snake mode.
Are you good at snake
7.
mode, Wilder? No. All right, fellas. Maybe we distract and you get the net. You get them all tied up.
I don't
All right.
know how to roll.
So production roll is 7. So that's the number to beat. So now we're going to talk through what you guys can do here. And you can roll in real life or you can roll via your character sheet. I think it would involve, let me see what.
Yeah, I
You
was
would
curious,
click social game, or you would click snake mode, set the target
Okay.
number, and then we would go through what you would add. But let's just talk about how you build your die pool here. Okay, roll the dice. I think I have this written down in a really basic
To be
way.
fair, I don't know if I was supposed to say I was good at snake mode, but
Snake mode.
shot or not, I think I need to use.
The most snake mode thing is to not say that you're good at snake mode, to keep that a secret.
The first rule.
I want to not die though.
gonna talk about snake
So if
mode.
I end up in the ground, there was no
All right.
point.
So what we're gonna do, you're all gonna, you're gonna announce your competitor's identity. So that's part of before you roll. How would your character be presented on a reality show? Either like, would there be a voiceover about your character, or like a lower third Chiron? What would like it say about your character as you're presented? So we'll go around and everybody will get to do that. You will always roll your name die. So next to your name on your character sheet, there's D6. Everybody starts at D6. If you get a bunch of followers, that can go up to a D8, D10, or farther. If you can make an argument that your occupation applies to this contest, then you will also roll your occupation die. That also that is a D8 for everyone, I believe, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Should that be a D?
Anyone
Alright,
here?
no, I
Can
think-
anyone here make an argument?
They should be a D8.
Let me
I was gonna
double
say
check.
he could be
None of their
hungry.
occupation can work with this.
I was gonna say he
I
could
think
be hungry.
Lifeguard could. That sounds about right.
Here,
No.
I'll change me to a D8.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm just
physical
double-checking if it's
fitness
supposed
in
to be
general
a-
coastal town.
No, sorry.
vibe.
Occupation starts at D6. So
Oh,
everybody
no,
I'll change it
occupation
back.
can be a D6.
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
we're rolling more dice, meaning that you have more chances.
Yeah, so you'll start with your name. Everybody always starts with their name. Then you see, does your occupation also work? Then, if you want to add another capability, you can do that at the cost of 1 fatigue. So basically, it's like, actually, I'm going to use my social skills to give you an advantage here. Then you will also roll that extra capability. You probably want to do that if you don't think you're going to be able to do it. It's really important to win. It's worth the cost of fatigue, and you can describe how you're going to use a better die number, a better capability here.
Okay.
You can use an acquisition. You don't have any yet, but those will be like added D4s that'll come in later. You could also spend trust to get a copy of someone else's name die. So everybody's name die is D6. So spending a trust right now, you would just describe, you and the other person would describe how that character helps you, and you would get an extra D6 to roll. So once you've figured out all the die that you're rolling, everybody has announced themselves. We'll take turns. You roll all your die, and you add together the 2 highest dice, and that's your number. So seems like everybody's going to be rolling D6s, maybe D8s if you're rolling your favorite capability, and you're trying to beat a 7. All right. So who wants to talk through their introduction and talk through their dice first?
You go, Mike. I gotta go.
One
of the mics go.
Yeah,
Well,
I think.
yeah, I was gonna say, well, which one?
Which you're yelling just a name here at this point. Wilder, you go first, man.
All right. So I think the reality show Blister whatever voiceover, something to the effect of 43-year-old former lifeguard chief from a Pacific coastal town, tough as salt water, stubborn as hell. They called him captain back home. Here, he's just another contestant.
I love that.
Just
That's
another guppy.
so good.
And
Okay.
I feel that living in a coastal town, growing up in a coastal town, and being rising to the echelons of the chief of the lifeguards, there would be a degree of physical fitness involved in that.
Sure,
So
yeah.
Like if I find a rope that is, or a fishing net that is intact enough to actually do this, then I wanted to throw it at Gideon.
Yeah, I think totally makes sense, your occupation, because your first question was like, what is around me that could help me here? That's a very like, how can I help this person that's drowning, or what can I use to my advantage here? So I think you would be rolling don't roll yet, we'll announce everybody, but we want to just establish what everybody's rolling. So you'd be rolling your name plus, so D6 plus Chief Lifeguard D6. Plus snake mode, which is D6.
Snake
Are you
mode.
spending any fatigue or trust to add anything else to this roll?
I'll save that for now.
Okay, yeah. First roll of the game.
We'll ease
figure it
in.
out.
We'll ease in.
We're starting. We're doing base. We're basic.
Yeah.
All right, Austin. So if you can tell me either the voiceover or the Chiron that on the screen, how would your character be presented in this moment on the reality show of Deathmatch Island?
Boy, I don't have anything super special like what the voiceover was. I think that was like how most like reality shows were like. There's the smaller contestant where it just like sort of cuts to them and they're talking and there's a lower third. There's no big announcement. I think he does just get a lower third that says Wild Man and Wilderness Expert, and Wild is in different font. It looks like it was built like it was made with like it's supposed to simulate like a tiger's stripes, which makes no sense because he deals with no tigers.
New Jersey,
the New Jersey Tigers. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm pretty sure they're extinct in New Jersey.
Yeah, so it's just Wild Man, a Wilderness Expert.
When you watch like a long reality show and you watch that first episode, you can start to guess like, all right, did the editors just not spend any time on this person because they're going to be eliminated really fast? Right?
Oh, this one's gone.
Yeah, someone in a boardroom who's watching the switchboards go, this guy, this old guy, no, not this guy. Give him the
Can't
short,
understand
quick,
a word the guy's saying.
Yeah, give him the real quick one.
Okay, so you're rolling your name die, D6. Does occupation apply for you?
If I had a net, then yeah, but I don't want to grab a second net. I don't think there would probably be like a stack of nets. So I think, I think what
this used to be a net warehouse.
Yeah, there's a lot of nets here.
You got bear mace.
I don't know if this counts, but I have. He could distract maybe, because he has done that where he's like had to shoo away bears. So I was like, "Ha! Hey, over here! Oh, hey! Oh yeah!"
Yeah. I will mention at this point that one thing you can do in a contest is you can sit out and provide support. And in that case, you can just provide, like, you would give a copy of Snake Mode to someone else.
Oh.
I don't know if you want to do that on the first roll, because that's a good way to get very few followers, is to sit out. You get the least amount of followers.
No, I want.
I think just using Snake Mode and being a distraction is just using Snake Mode and being part of this.
Got it. I'll be
How do
Snake
you
Mode,
trick them?
my name.
Like cunning ruse? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Name, Snake Mode. Are you spending any trust or fatigue to add anything else here?
No, we're doing base here. We're
Okay,
fine.
base
We're
roll.
fine.
All right. Phyllis, do you get a cool voiceover or bottom third Chiron?
Probably bottom third Chiron, but it's like all her social handles plugged in. And then
It's cheating! Hey!
all her social,
No, that's
and then
great.
like it's like Crescent Enterprises for the catering, and like
Oh,
so she's
yeah,
just got
yeah,
like
Her
a good old.
Instagram
She's
I don't understand TikTok. I don't get it.
She's like, listen, this is the biggest audience I've ever gotten. So it's just,
Is it
It's
Just
gonna be
thinking
really
about
sad
making
if she-
money.
Yeah. If she dies violently and that gets put on her Instagram or something on this.
yeah,
on
like
this
she's
island.
not
I hope
even
it
sure if
doesn't come to that.
voting's involved, but she literally just says vote for me.
Yeah, I mean, followers. Get more followers.
Yeah.
Better name guy. Win more contests, right? Play to win.
Austin in the
all right,
post-production, Austin be like, that was an option?
Yeah.
I could have said vote for me?
I don't know. I don't know if they vote. They look at you.
I gotta talk to like an
Hindsight.
agent.
There's a lot to
I'm
look
gonna-
at.
The camera shows her and shows all of her shows her social
My
media
trailer?
handles. Then a graphic appears, like spins onto the screen. It says, "Followers follow dreamers, dare to win," and spins away. All right.
It shows like an
Phyllis is
outside shot,
rolling.
like a Google map shot of your shop and your art gallery. It's like
Phyllis is rolling her D6 name die. Does your occupation apply here?
Like I said, I don't really think so, other than like maybe
Yeah.
this man is hangry. He's a sandwich.
If you had a sandwich, maybe something, but I don't think so in this
I don't
case.
think I can
It's
apply
about-
it.
Yeah.
I
About
can make
being
you a
sneaky.
sandwich out of sand
Yeah.
and banana leaves.
There might
You're
be
the
a
only one
sandwich
with the,
in there.
Yeah. And you have a
Be a
D8 for
sandwich.
snake mode, so you have a slight advantage here. So you'll be rolling a D8 with that one.
Okay.
Are you spending any trust or fatigue to add extra stuff? Or are you just going to roll this straight and we'll see how it goes?
I think I'm just gonna roll it straight. I don't know. That's a
Okay.
smart decision, but it is the first roll, so I think. Oh wait,
Yeah,
he's got a gun.
he's gotta go.
Got a gun, no big deal. Okay, so now everybody can just roll. If you're sure you know what to roll, you can roll. If you can figure out how to do it via Roll20 or roll in real life, but roll
So it's
your
just
die
a-
pool that you've assembled, and you want to take the highest two numbers.
Oh, so if you're only rolling two die, you're taking the two anyways.
Yep,
Yeah,
you're
so a
just taking the
D6
two.
and a D8.
Yeah.
Let me do that. You know, I should roll physical dice. I don't like.
I have so many, and I have. This
Yeah, you know, I have a
dice
whole bag
tower,
here.
So,
We
like,
got
I
math
can't
rocks for a
not.
reason, you know.
Yeah,
Six
I
and a
can't
D8.
not.
Let's do the pretty.
I got a 7 on the dot. I got a 3 and a 4.
Okay. Meeting
Cool.
it succeeds, so you will succeed.
Oh, good.
I got an 8.
Oh,
An 8. All right.
I got a 9.
oh,
7
9.
plus 2.
Okay.
7, 8, 9, surf and
You're
turf.
all you're all
fed.
succeeding. All right, 7, 8,
Eat this.
9, 4. Phyllis.
Yeah, we have another low third that says Team Surf and Turf. Eat this.
Eat this.
That's
All
at the
right,
bottom
so-
of all the social handles.
Yeah.
Surf and turf. Yeah. No, nobody's failed, so you're not going to mark any injuries or fatigue. The successful competitor player with the highest result is best. So Phyllis, you are going to be the leader leaving this location, and you're going to mark a number of followers equal to the target number. So the target number here was 7. So mark 7 boxes on that follower track up top.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
1 box equals 10,000 followers.
Whoa, how many
Oh, let
people
me
are
not do
watching
that.
this show?
You just gained 70,000 followers with this.
Jeez.
Wow.
See? I knew there was
I like
voting.
the fact that all of us do come from like almost channel ownership and production standpoint, and we're just like 70,000.
See? I knew there was
I'm gonna
voting.
throw up.
Yeah.
The other, if any of you failed, you would only mark 1 follower box. Or if you sat out, you would mark 1 follower box. You didn't do that. Those of you that also succeeded but weren't best are going to mark half that amount rounded up.
So
So
four.
Austin Wilder, you can each mark 4. 40,000 followers. Pretty respectable.
Wow, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
nothing to
followers.
scoff at.
Jeez.
The goal is you want to, if you fill this entire track, then your name die goes up. So your name die would go from a D6 to a D8.
Ooh, okay.
So you wanna be
track
best.
being like that top
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. No, the whole thing actually. Both
Oh,
lines.
the whole
Yeah.
thing.
So it's
Oh,
also great
damn.
if you roll high too, Nick, because then that means more boxes.
Yes,
we
you
can
want
have.
high production rolls, and then you want to like go all out and beat that and get that.
I
You
like
know,
the
there's other
system.
ways to
That's
advance
interesting.
Yeah,
other die
that's
too,
good.
but
that's
yeah.
good.
Okay. So
That's
now
good.
what we're gonna do is go around and do the confessional. So you've seen reality TV shows like Survivor and that kind of stuff. This is like the talking head where you're talking about what happened in the competition. Players take turns narrating their competitors' actions and the effect on the contest, starting with those who failed. So nobody failed here. You should incorporate the traits you used to inform your description. Between each player's confessional, production can respond with the actions of the opponent. So I'll definitely do that. So players, you zoom in on your characters. I'll zoom out and give a big picture snapshot. All right, so starting with Austin, right? You got 7. What do you do first to like get this kicked off? You guys are approaching. Mockbull's like, let's spread out. Let's get him.
Turn around at the confessional. Yeah, I think they zoom in and goes, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, we just got off the ship and we got onto the island. All of a sudden, there's a Glock pointed at me, and it's all like it has a bunch of like orange like branding. The fuck's up with that? Anyways, so Team Surf and Turf, we just decide we're gonna go right into it. So I got old bones and old joints, so I just decided to go to the corner. We're yelling at the other team to help us out. Mamba, whatever his name is. And I'm just going, hey, come on, look at me, you know, because we got some other young folks who are a little more spry than I am.
All right, so you're just creating the distraction, right? You're making all the noise. Have you ever had a gun pointed at your face before today?
Is this on a...
Is this a question?
Yeah, I think this is probably asked in the confessional. You don't have to answer honestly or anything. But, yeah.
Well, not pointed at me. I had a cousin who, he had...
We're in the background like...
Why did he put emphasis on at?
He didn't point it at
Near
me.
me.
He didn't point it at me, but I had a cousin who owned a firearm. Was a little irresponsible with it, and that's as much as the judge will allow me to say.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, you definitely get Gideon's attention. He was like, he had the gun like up in the air. Then Makbul like talked, he pointed it at him, but then he spins and points it at you. So the lethal thing is focused on you, Austin, and you know, if you made a move, he might have shot at you. Yeah. But like the other Makbul and the other guys like start to spread out. They start to like create distractions. The other two people that are with Gideon, I think, are like starting to look a little nervous. They're like looking at him. They don't have guns or anything. They're like, we're badly outnumbered here all of a sudden. All right, Wilder, what do you do? What say in the confessional? You don't always have to do it in first person. You can narrate what Wilder did, or totally do the confessional. It totally works too.
So Wilder in the confessional probably would be that. My wife and we watched an entire season of Survivor once, and this was my favorite kind of confessional. It's the one that like, well, I saw his name tag, and I saw that he was a sales executive. I just don't like him. You know, I just don't have a good history. So
The light trash talk.
I figure, you know, nobody is all that efficient with a firearm if you're throwing a dirty old fishing net at them. So that just seemed like the thing to do.
Yeah. So that's what we see Wilder doing, is grabbing a dirty old fishing net, throwing. Do you like? So you're doing it from behind or to the side of Makbul?
So I think Wilder probably went a little ahead of Austin to get on that for flanking. And to like so that he could sort of whip that net kind of behind and to the side.
Yeah, great. Okay, yeah, I think Gideon is like really keyed up and focused on the people that have been talking, and so don't see your move. You get him with the net. He starts to get tangled up. Phyllis, what do you do like snake mode wise to like put this contest to an end?
Snake mode.
When you describe
drive Gideon. Yeah.
I think she was like, she's narrating what she was doing. So basically, you said the other two members of this guy's group don't have anything, and they were patting their pockets.
No.
And I think she's just like, "Psst, are you hungry? Do you need help?"
Turn on your captain.
To kind of distract while he goes and throws the net.
Yeah, because if this was a social game, you could be like honestly trying to make an alliance with these guys. But this is snake mode, so you're trying to distract them primarily.
Yeah. She's not actually trying to be friends with him. She's just like, I think everybody on their team is severely malnourished. Like they need a sandwich.
Yeah.
And clearly this guy had a little bit of an attitude problem, but we got there.
Yeah. All right, so you've distracted the other two. So do you get them to like run away? Or how do you get Gideon and folks out of here?
I think she like kind of coaxes them to like follow her behind like some of these
Yeah.
crates.
behind one of the
Follow
other
me,
buildings.
boys. I've got sandwiches.
Sandwiches. The sandwich.
Okay, yeah, I think
Love it.
you lure them back there, and then
Not
Mock
creeper at
Bull's
all.
other boys were there, and they like jump
Oh,
him
yeah.
and like push him away, like get out of here, get out of here. And so then Gideon's all by himself. So I think he ends up dropping the gun and rolling away and running away. He's like you bastards, I'll get you later. You can't do this kind of stuff to me. He's like, where my guys go? And he's like running after, trying to find his guys.
It was like
did anybody
the
pick up the
opposite
gun?
of luring with candy, but like promising
Get
him
that on your bottom
sandwich.
line.
God damn, you beat me to a pun. All right. By the way, Amber, can I say above table? Why
Yeah.
is it always you with food?
I don't know.
It
The last
is-
two.
Yeah, like I was gonna ask, like, is that a thing? It's like,
No.
This is new to me.
okay.
Technically, I
I
rolled the food thing, and that's why I died laughing.
Oh, that's bad.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
It is a pretty universal motivator, right?
This is true. Everybody's
Yeah.
got to eat. I feel like Wilder would not want to take the gun. He would pick the gun up,
Yeah.
so that nobody else takes it. But he's never the closest thing to a gun he's fired is probably a flare gun. Does either one of you have any experience with firearms?
Believe it or not, I've gone to a shooting range a couple of times, but that like I don't point guns at people generally if I don't have to.
I do have a safety pistol. You have to have one, especially out in the wilds. You know, you do have to protect yourself.
You can carry it.
No, I'm gonna think. So
I think you should hold it.
Is it what kind of gun is it? You want? Or do y'all think I should keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. And what kind of gun is it?
So now that you're inspecting the gun, it is like pictured here. So it is like a fairly generic like
sorry.
Glock style gun with the Deathmatch Island branding on it. But as you pick it up, you do notice that it is like rusty
Oh.
and kind of like sun bleached. And it takes you a bit to like actually figure out how to like where the ammo is or whatever, if that's not something natural
Yeah.
to you. But this gun is empty. This was maybe a something left over from a previous contest, possibly that Gideon just happened to grab. So there are no bullets in this gun.
I am not going to let the other guys see that. I'll let my team surf turf know that, but I do not want the other guys to know that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay,
say it's
okay, cool.
loaded.
Phyllis and Austin are over your shoulder, Wilder, and we're just like, no, you gotta turn around.
Yeah, you gotta open
turn
the
around,
chamber.
go to-
Is it, what is this?
That's the chamber.
Yeah, this is strange. The handle.
Yes,
there
so
you go.
you have an
Oh.
unloaded pistol. So I think what you
Okay.
should do is add to your acquisitions on your sheet, Wilder.
Okay.
Just mark one of the boxes next to that semi-auto pistol. Just mark one.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say he wasn't a smart sales executive because he didn't even
Walther
check if it was
P99
loaded.
semi-auto pistol.
All right, Makbul and his guys come back to you. He wants to shake your hand, Phyllis.
Sure, but as long as there's not
he-
poison on it.
No, Makbul shakes your hand. He says, "Thank you for your help. We found more supplies over here. We're just gonna grab those. You could take that. If we see you again, let's meet on good terms. But it seems like there's supplies all over the place. It might end up being life and death. We need to get moving."
Okay.
All right.
What's
good
your
luck.
team name?
Yeah. Team name? He just shakes his head, and him and his guys run off.
See?
They
Marketing.
don't have a team.
Branding.
Yeah, that's awkward. That's awkward.
Phyllis, you can mark one trust with Makbul because you were best in
okay.
that contest. So you can use that anytime he's on screen, like, or as long as we don't know that he's dead, if you want to like cash that in, we could maybe have him appear at some
Okay.
point later.
He just appeared.
I don't know. He's dead. He's dead on the ground next to me.
Summon Rockboom!
Yeah, you'll know at the end of the island who lived and who
turned into
died.
a Final Fantasy
That's part
game.
of what works. Yeah,
Dead.
He's a summon. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
yeah.
He comes in.
Makbul
and then disappears.
for Makbul.
Love it.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
you open the crate that's in front of you.
Yes, absolutely.
I really do hope
Okay.
there's food in there.
What you have are 4 uses of survival, or 4 instances of survival gear. Survival gear, fire, shelter, or food. I think they're like little packs of like a tent, some emergency ration bars, like quick fire starter kits, things like that. We can use these. You can use these in contests when you think it would be relevant. You would just narrate exactly what it is and kind of describe
Gotcha.
it's relevant.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
There's 4 of those, 4 uses of those. There are also 2 shotguns. 2 Remington M870 shotguns, also branded with Deathmatch Island logo. Those are also sitting in there. So Phyllis, as the leader, you get to choose how to distribute these items.
Oh, I like that.
4 things of survival gear and 2 shotguns.
I like when a system doesn't make me make decisions.
Yes.
Well, what?
Just don't win, and you'll never get to
I
make
love
a
it
choice.
when it's like we don't get to go like let's have
We don't
this
get to
moment
argue.
where we're
Yeah.
all like I want this. It's like no.
Let's debate. Let's
Someone
debate
gets to
for-
choose.
20
Well,
minutes
she tells
about
them
the
to
gear.
like huddle, and then like she's gonna check if these shotguns actually got ammo in them.
Yeah, is there any ammo in the crate too?
They do, but it's
Okay.
like it's just 1 or 2 shots
Yeah.
each from
I was
these.
thinking.
Austin, do you feel confident with a shotgun? Because no offense, you kind of look like you're not confident with a shotgun, but I could be horribly wrong.
The fuck does that mean?
You look nervous about. You told me that I asked you about bears, and you said start mentioning beavers. So I just want to make sure you can fire that thing if you need to.
Hey, first of all, beavers are very territorial. Okay.
That's true. We have a lot of beavers in the upper
Yeah.
northwest.
They're very territorial and it's very scary. I've seen bears, and you have to protect yourself. So I can handle a shotgun.
Okay. Well, when you fire it, don't put it up against your shoulder because everybody does that, and then that's how you get a dislocated shoulder. So
Is
don't
that
do
true?
Yeah. You don't just put it there; it fires
Oh,
back.
I can't handle that. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Oh, I won't put it on the shoulder.
Okay.
I'll put it.
That's why I asked. It's not to be offensive. It's to make sure you know how to handle it
Huh?
properly. Here we go again.
This here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, was
Oh,
it to
don't
be
yell.
offensive?
I'll take the shotgun. All right.
Here. And then we have 4 survival things.
Yeah, 4
or survival
uses
packs?
of the survival gear.
I guess I give one to each of us, and then I'll just hold on to the extra one if we need it.
Okay.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so each use you have of a thing, you mark that box 1 time. So everybody should mark 1 of the little diamonds next to survival gear, and then Phyllis, you'll have 2. And then when you want to cash them in, you're just going to uncheck those boxes to remove them.
This
Who has
character
so
sheet
so
also-
Austin has 1 shotgun, and Phyllis, you're keeping the other shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all have a gun now.
Hey Phyllis, why does your survivor gear? One of them says sandwiches.
I mean, that should be like explicitly obvious.
How did you know?
Oh, I probably. Well, you can smell bread from like a mile away.
What? You can smell bread from a mile away?
All I can smell is salt, fish, and fire and smoke right now. You seriously can smell the bread? That's
I'm hungry.
Amazing.
That's
amazing.
incredible. I have clogged
God,
sinuses right
fucking
now.
Wolverine over here. God damn.
All right, so this area is starting to get cleared out. Like people have grabbed all the supplies
We better go.
that are here. They're
We don't
moving
want another
on.
sales executive trying to shoot us in the face.
So Phyllis, as the leader, you get to pick where you're going next. So I've brought up the map screen. You guys are at number 1 fishing village, so you can move to
that's so
2,
cool.
the ravine, 4, Whitewater, or redacted, a blinking light up on a hill in the distance.
I have
Do
a
we have like
question.
a copy of this?
Yeah,
You
so
do
I
not have a
can-
copy of this right now, but I think that they're actually moving along around the island. I think there are like basic "you are here" kind of
That's
map.
what-
Cool.
I was kind of wondering, like, I was like, it's probably something like that at the landing point, right?
Yeah, they're like sun bleached, faded, green, overgrown.
Does it say redacted?
Yeah, welcome to
No, it's blacked out.
Deathmatch Island official fishing village.
I just want to
Yeah.
make sure there's not anything that says like tyrannosaur paddock or anything like that.
You think we're on a dinosaur island?
Blacked out.
I mean,
That movie scared me.
So the ravine
Yeah.
or white
The book's actually way
water
scarier.
or blinking
the book is
light?
terrifying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I used to read it a lot in the
is it
With her.
Hold on, wait a minute. Does it say blinking light on the map, or do we see a blinking light?
I don't think. No, I think that text is not written on there.
Above table. Above table, I'm saying those
Making
laughs.
sure.
Describing, yeah.
Yes, blinking light mountain.
But you can see it in the
Okay.
distance.
Who's Sky
as you look in
wrote
that
Okay.
direction.
blinking light.
So we
in that
got
direction?
questionable lights, and we got ravine, and we got white water. I can't talk for some reason. I'm hungry.
White water.
I don't know about
mean-
ravine. Just seems like they're gonna try and push us down and kill us in there, and I don't know.
You can also look down in the lower right of the map. It does have icons
key.
that describe what
Oh.
kinds
okay.
of things you'll find
That's
there.
there's a challenge at the
It's a
ravine.
restricted area.
Challenge.
So challenges are going to be like contests with other teams
That's
with
what I
more
thought.
rewards, like you just found. Points of interest may give you like more information. Built up areas like the fishing village here may have a balance of like supplies and maybe encounters with other people.
We should go to the blinking light and then the sanctuary and then the crashed plane because it's a point of interest.
Is it bad that I want to be
So-
nosy and go check out the restricted section?
I do too.
So here's my like Wilder's inclination is gonna be when he sees that blinking light, he's like, that's either a radio tower or maybe a fire tower. Like it's so that is potentially the smarter place to go.
Yeah.
Seeing that it's a restricted area might give him pause.
Oh,
But then Michael, as the player, is all like, ooh.
I like how we're all pushed the red shiny button we're not supposed
I
to.
gotta
press.
remember that I'm a certain way and I gotta play that certain way.
Bro, my character's she's a enigma of all sorts of things.
I don't feel comfortable
Yeah.
around people, and there's a quite big possibility that restricted may push away some folks, and we could go where there are no people.
Hey, I've cut open a fence before to get supplies. I think it'll be okay.
Does that call a lot in your line of work?
Well, see, sometimes they dump out set pieces, and sometimes they keep the really good stuff behind the
Do you
wall.
dumpster dive?
Sometimes.
Yeah, are you like, it's like a street art? It's like guerrilla art?
Yeah. you
No,
got
I do actually
Like
have some in
Banksy?
actual like
Oh, yeah.
museums and stuff,
Futura?
but I like to build.
Yeah.
I built my own
Some
trailer.
old brainwash? Okay.
Wow. All right. Okay.
I'm good with building
Um,
things. Point is,
Blink,
maybe there.
blinking lights.
Blinking lights.
Okay, blinky light.
What time of day is it?
The sun feels like it's directly overhead. It feels like
afternoon.
it's maybe noon. It's bright. There is a bit of like a cool onshore breeze that's rolling right now. But yeah, it's pretty hot.
Been warm, yeah.
And midday ish right now.
Okay.
All right, let me grab.
I'm an outdoors
that
man.
direction.
Let's go running. Come on, we can hike. Keep it up.
I'm wondering. I don't know if how much I need to be thinking about that, so I'm gonna put that on the back burner for now.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's good. It's cool. It's cool. It's
Hey.
one of those things that I'm worried if I ask about it, it will be a problem. But if I don't ask about it,
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what
you
you
know
mean.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, I want to grab the.
Hey, well, maybe we should have the shotgun ready, because what if it's restricted because it's got, what'd you say earlier, dinosaurs?
We can be on
Wait, I-
Isle Nublar. Nublar?
I mean, I've seen Jurassic Park, man. I don't know if we're going to have dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure it's just people. Well, let's hope it's just people.
Anybody? Do we have any idea like what part of the world we're in? Like where even is this island?
Yeah, you guys having this kind of conversation and sort of starting to like, now that the immediate danger and like confusion has passed, you are kind of moved on and having this like exchanging this theorizing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's noon, and it feels warm.
Hot as
Is
shit.
it? Yeah. It's humid. Is it humid?
Are we in the
Bad
Pacific
imagine it's
Islands? Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's
it is hot and
flora
humid.
fauna? We
Oh, we're in Florida.
Yeah.
No, he said
Oh,
flora
no.
and fauna.
We're in
Florida.
You
Florida.
gotta
Fauna.
yell in the other ear.
Yeah, sorry.
I think you do see like thick jungle-like vegetation all around you, dense shrubs, vines, the low mountains that are covered in greenery. You hear like parrots squawking from the trees. I think you don't necessarily see any of them yet, but you hear them.
Yeah.
There's also like sign as you're like going in this direction, following like a gravel road up this hill here. You see signs of lots of past violence. There's like scorch marks.
Scorch marks.
They're small craters. Some of the trees have bullet holes in them. They're like this is a place where violence has been done a lot for a long time.
Wow.
As you're traveling in this direction, there is like the screech of like a speaker kind of turning on, and you hear a voice, and it's saying, "Welcome, competitors. You're off to a great start. Remember, be nice to people, but trust nobody. Play to win." And then it clicks off. All right.
Has anybody ever seen one? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say a character. She was gonna ask, like, you ever seen this damn show? Like, I have never seen nobody in.
Yeah.
Like,
My
what?
watch says
what?
I have 40,000 followers. Who I've never seen this.
What
is
network
the
are we
show?
on?
What net is? Oh, you know what this is? It's
Pilot?
No, this is. Oh, this might be a pilot.
I mean, there's a lot of dead
No,
people
there's a
for
lot
just
of
a
old stuff.
pilot.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
The production quality is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, really.
You're approaching the blinking light, and you're getting closer. You're like you can see that like probably starting to like huff and puff a little bit going up this hill in the heat and the humidity as we've established. You can see in the distance there is a low concrete building, really a bunker with like an antenna that has a light on top of it. The path up there, like there's fence and barbed wire all around, but there is like a gate that just has like the boom arm coming down, and it does say no entrance on it.
On the boom arm?
I have a question.
Yeah, it's like written on the boom arm, no entrance.
Does this stuff have the same age on it that the fishing village?
Yes, the concrete is like overgrown and weathered. There's vegetation on it.
What about the gate, the arm?
Yeah, it looks like it's been through storms and stuff. It maybe has been repainted once or twice, but it's definitely weathered.
Okay. We don't see any people though, or cameras. Do we see any cameras?
I think as you get closer, you do see cameras turning to look in your direction.
Turning.
There are also small. They kind of look like paintball guns mounted by the cameras that turn to track you as you approach.
Boy. So do we gotta yell out, vote for us here too? I wave at the camera.
Oh, it's moving.
So you can see up ahead there is like a heavy steel door on the bunker. It does kind of seem like you could get in there and get to the door. But there are like cameras and paintball guns type things that are watching you.
I feel like I could take a paintball shot.
Yeah,
Shoot
the
them
question
with your
here
gun.
of like, of the contest is, are you going for that door? You don't have to, but like that's what to do here is go for that door or not. If you don't, you got to go back somewhere else.
Ooh.
Or I guess progress on to the sanctuary. You could just walk around.
Does the door look like it has a keyhole, or it's just a solid door?
I think you can't tell from this distance. But I will tell you, like, if you succeed in this contest, you'll get in. That's how it will work. You won't get up to the door and then can't get in.
Michael, you'll learn.
And
that
if one of
Nick
you
is amazing
succeeds
at
in the
setting a bait.
contest,
Yeah, he likes to bait
He
us.
loves a dangle.
Also, the way rewards work is only one of you has to succeed for you to get all the rewards. It's just those of you who fail are going to take fatigue and maybe injury if it's a dangerous contest, which in this case it is.
Which one of you is really good at running? I mean, I can run. I've had to.
I'm a lifeguard.
Da, 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 da,
Watching.
da, da,
Are you doing it?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe we could distract.
All right, so your goal is to get in.
Okay.
Right. In this case, because this is a restricted area, this is a redacted contest.
Oh,
so that's
cool.
one of your capabilities is redacted. Everybody has a D6 in that.
Okay.
It's how do you break the rules of the game? How do you make productions tools work for you? What weird stuff happens? So if you're doing this, going against the rules of the game, going in an unauthorized area, you'll be rolling redacted in this case.
To cause a distraction, Austin goes, okay, so I have a sister who does a lot of like production online, and they can really get down on her whenever she does anything that has like intellectual property. So I'm gonna start singing Michael Jackson.
That might be the funniest creative solution to a problem that I have heard.
They might have to turn the cameras away and turn off the mics to not like. And I'll even
get copyright.
They don't want to get copyright. Michael Jackson. I'll even sing Disney if I have to.
The FCC is real bad about nudity. I mean, I guess I could just drop my tackle.
Yeah, you could.
All right. Well, if we're doing this, let's roll, and then you can all narrate what you do, and it can be based on whether you succeed or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful system.
So same deal as before. Tell us. This time we'll go through one by one. I guess it can work as the same as before. Go through one by one. Tell me what you're going to roll, and then we'll all roll at the same time. Is there a different voiceover, a different chyron, anything the cameras show? Do you get seen by the cameras that have paintball guns mounted on them, kind of thing? But yeah, Phyllis, you're the leader. So what do we see in terms of a chyron or voiceover for you?
Phyllis, what do we do? What are you doing actually?
I was like, you gave me an idea with singing Michael Jackson because I was like, what's the 5 that you're not allowed to say online or on TV? And then I think she starts like cursing.
You can say a lot of stuff online though.
Just a string of every cuss word Phyllis knows.
Yeah, and she still has all her stuff plugged underneath whatever chyron there because she was like, listen, views are views. So we're about to go break into said thing, and then she's like bursting into obscenities left and right, trying to get these things to focus on her while hopefully someone is running for the door.
It says sandwich artist, and it has your socials, and then it says, potty mouth or anything of the sort, like
sailor mouth,
a sandwich of sailor mouths.
Yeah. And this one, then like she like flashes a nude tattoo.
Oh, you full on do a flash? Whoa! I wasn't expecting all of us to go nude.
All right, so you're gonna roll your name D6.
Okay.
Does sandwich artist apply to getting into this place?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, sandwich artist. I think it's gonna come into most play when you're like interacting with other people, not trying to hurt them. Maybe I would guess.
Yeah, unless we're counting Instagram handles.
Oh, I should set your production number so you know what you're trying to beat.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So let me do that. In this case, you're up against.
I'm actually hoping for low.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, but at least redacted.
I know we want high, but I don't know.
Automated security measures.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, it does.
Motion tracking weaponry.
Ooh, cool.
Sounds high tech for a low tech world.
And in this case, the danger level was going to be +5 instead of +6.
Jesus.
All right, instead of +4.
Well, it went
so
down.
A little higher. Yeah. No, actually, it was +4 before, and now it's +5,
okay, went up.
Slightly higher here.
I don't want to get a freaking
pelt
paintball to the boob.
Pelt to the boob.
It's gonna hurt.
Yes, this is redacted.
Take one for the team.
9.
Oh shit!
Trying to beat a 9.
No.
Okay.
It's dangerous and restricted. Dangerous means for every failure, you're going to mark an injury rather than fatigue. And restricted means like as you guys approach this area and you approach the gate, you hear like little clicking beeps from your guns and from your packs of survival gear. And you realize your shotguns cannot be used and your survival gear packs cannot be opened. You cannot use any acquisitions when you're in redacted contests because they've remotely disabled all your stuff.
Still thinking snake mode might be able to apply to this if I'm trying to distract.
Yeah, yes. If you want to do this sneaky style, then you would spend a fatigue and add snake mode in addition to rolling redacted. I think that you could totally make that case that you're doing this sneaky way.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I'm
Sneaky and not sneaky
actually
a
going to
flash.
spend a fatigue.
But yeah, I think
same thing.
I'm going to spend a
Yeah.
fatigue. I'll mark it.
All right, so yeah, you mark that from the top. Then you can see like once you've spent 4 fatigue, then you start getting injuries instead of fatigue. Then things get more serious. Okay.
So
all right. So second best last time. So just remember what you're gonna roll, and you can get that set up, and then we'll come back and everybody will roll at once. But Wilder, you were second best last time. So you're rolling your name. Does Chief Lifeguard apply here?
Absolutely. Running is basically like a 35 to 40% of the job.
Yeah, makes sense.
so,
Also,
yeah.
facing danger, right? I feel
Yeah.
like you have that down a little bit. So that's 3d6s with the redacted as well. You doing anything else? Trust or fatigue?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take fatigue, and I want to use challenge beast because I feel like challenge beast isn't so. Remind me, that's the sport competitor.
Yeah, if you mouse over in Roll20, it says how is your strength and agility shown? How is your competitive drive displayed?
Sure does.
How do you take our breath away?
Yeah, so that's what I think I'm gonna go with.
All right, so you're going to be rolling 3d6 and 1d8. It's pretty good.
Man.
Pretty good. You're trying to beat a 9, so you want high numbers. Austin, d6 for your name. Nature Guide.
D6, Nature Guide. Yeah, I mean, I'm out in the wilderness, so I'm totally fine with running nude. I've done it before because during the summer months, no one goes up to the forest because they're always worried about fires. However, now that you mentioned that we can maybe I'm not nude, because I definitely would love to spend a fatigue to do challenge beast.
Okay, all right. So you're using Nature Guide for the physicality, and then also challenge beast, similar to the life.
I've done numerous, like every day I'm doing a
makes sense.
hike. I'm always walking with
that makes total
people.
sense.
We have to sometimes give a quick dash.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be same deal. You guys would both be rolling 3d6 and 1d8, and Phyllis, you are rolling 2d6 and 1d8.
Come on, Phyllis, you got this.
So we showed Phyllis's name in Chiron. We didn't do it for the other guys, but I think we've established kind of what you're saying and how you're talking enough here, so everybody can just roll.
That sounded like a lot of dice on your hand.
So you give the total?
The two highest.
The two highest
Okay.
as a 13.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
real good.
That's an 11 for me.
I got a 10.
Wow, you all beat it again. Wow.
I got a 5 and a 6.
I got a 6 and a 4. That's the highest.
Surf
and turf. Eat it, Productions.
Okay.
Eat it.
What was that? Phyllis got a what?
I got a 5 and a 6, so an 11 total.
11. Okay. All right. Yeah, you beat the 9. Okay. Let's talk through this now. So you did beat it. You guys are not totaling everything, right? You're just adding your two highest. Just want to double check.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. And it did cost you some fatigue to do this. So
Yeah.
okay. Let's roll through confessionals, starting with like what you do. So you did this and you didn't get hurt. So if anybody does get shot by paintballs, it doesn't hurt, like give you an injury. So keeping that in mind. Austin, you got the lowest confessional. What does it look like trying to get to this door and get this door open?
The confessional lower third. The confessional. I think when it does, there still is a lower third that says "Wild Man," and then there's a stock sound effect of whoop, whoop, like a whistle kind of goes out as he's running nude, and he does get shot a few times. He's like and it kind of hits him in the rear. I think that's sort of the description of what the confessional is. That he's like, that's the motion that you see as he's getting shot. You see that there is a big tattoo that predominantly does say Sarah. That's crossed out. He's got an I love mom sort of at the side here. He's got a few tattoos that are not seen, but he kind of runs out, and he's like, and just sort of getting hit. There's sort of like some blue and greens, but no, nothing first person that he's talking to the camera. I'm just describing what he's doing.
Just shows that, yeah. Maybe we go back to the confessional and he's just like breathing hard, still like from the.
He's putting on his shirt and he's like,
"That's a thing." They do that shit on Survivor all the time.
That fucking sucked.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, Austin. Maybe you get there, like you might get there before Phyllis. Maybe you don't get the door open because Wilder's going to be our winner and our key player here. But you get across the area, you like huddle up against the door. It's a heavy steel door. You do see that it does like have a handle on it, but the handle is like rusted shut or locked. Or like you're shaking the handle and you can't get the handle open. All right, Phyllis, you used snake mode rather than just like outright speed. So what does your approach look like? What do we see or hear in the confessional?
I think she says like the do not enter signs I always feel like are optional because if you can get past them, why are they really stopping you?
Totally illegal if you get caught.
That's her take on that. Yeah.
Valid.
I think she literally just like flashed the camera all the way through.
Yeah.
To like go and like go around and then like tried to like go around quietly and just go around the thing. Yeah, to be distracting in that way. I mean, if you got him.
Donate to our OnlyFans.
Yeah, it does seem like we have a couple competitors getting somewhat nude, so I do think that the cameras are like moving back and forth, and it's kind of unclear if they're like, are the cameras trying to watch the people that are nude, or are they like automatically turning away from it because they can't show it? It's unclear, but it's having some effect on the broadcast.
I think if she sees one turn away, she literally like kind of runs over there to get its attention.
In the empty space. Yeah. Great. All right, you get to the door. Wilder, you're our winner, our best here. How do you get to the door and get through the door here?
So, Wilder's confessional is just very brief. It's just where he pauses and thinks, and he goes, "Really, in lifeguarding, running is just kind of an art form." And basically the shot is like he undoes the top of his jumpsuit and ties it around his waist, and just like in that episode of Justice League when the Flash and Superman raced, he just explodes in a straight line as the cameras are getting confused to the door, and then he's gonna throw his foot up to axe kick like right at the handle.
Wow.
To try to get it open. Yeah,
boom. You get the door open, kick it open. You all kind of like fall inside as like paintballs try to hit near you. And like those of you who do, so I think it's only Austin or who really got hit. I think it like you didn't get hit straight on, but like you can tell that like this could have done some real damage. They're not playing around paintballs. They're like high velocity. Maybe you wipe some of the paint off of you as you put the clothes back on, and it's like the paint is like a skin irritant too, and you manage to get that off before it does too much damage.
I think they froze some of the paint. You know, that's illegal, right?
I was gonna say, like that jackass out the street when I was a kid who froze the
can't do that.
That's actually illegal. You can't do that.
It is. You should write a letter.
You are in a concrete hallway. The air is stale. There's nothing here, like really dim and dusty security lights, and there's a ladder at the end of the hallway.
Going down or up?
Going down. This is very much a bunker kind of thing. Let's reward our followers. Wilder, you were the best, so you're going to mark 9 boxes of followers.
Hey.
The other 2 also succeeded, so you're going to mark 5 boxes of followers each.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you can see that it
That's
goes.
Insane.
And you can see the things next to that, like when you have 400,000 followers, that's the whole thing filled up. Then it goes to a D8. Then 800,000 could go to a D10. 1.2 doesn't get your die any bigger, and then 1.6 goes to D12, potentially your name die. If you win a lot and you stay alive. Okay. You're walking down this concrete hallway. I assume you're going down. You fought to get in here. Gonna go down. There's a very faded, safety poster on the wall with like the orange text of Deathmatch Island. As you pass it, it says, "Safety starts with S, but it begins with you." It's a reminder for everybody there.
Somebody
You go
didn't go to school
down.
wrote that sign.
Go down the metal ladder, and you're in an area. This is clearly like a survival shelter. You start to like look through what's here. There's cans of expired food.
Oh.
There's bunk beds. There is a map of the island that's on a table, and you can immediately see that it has more details than the island maps that you've seen so
Rip it
far.
off.
I'm gonna see if I can replace this with the.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not gonna be able to.
Do you have a detailed map?
I have the classified map.
Classified map.
There we go.
Show to everyone.
There we
Now
go.
it should be in your journals.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you have the player map, and then if you scroll the other one, it's the classified map. You can see that there's
new
a
markings,
couple of
there's new
extra.
places.
Yeah, there's a couple of extra
there you go.
locations. There's something called the VIP landing area, something called tunnels, things that were not on your original map. So you do find that. There is a water cooler in this room as you kind of like go over and investigate it. You know, you're pretty thirsty. It's been sweaty work so far.
Yeah.
There aren't any cups, and the water cooler is filled with it looks like black slime. It's very liquid, or very like solid in there. You kind of like tip it a little bit, and it sloshes, but not as liquidy as it should.
We're good. with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Someone got bad coffee.
There is you're looking around, there's a large room, and the only thing in the room is a single switch on the far wall and a single folding chair facing the switch.
That don't look good.
Don't do
Do
this.
you want to
me, man.
interact with either one?
Is there any signs or
I
anything?
hate the fact.
Sign says, the second rule of production, enjoy Pepsi Cola.
That is not Pepsi.
Oh, so Coca-Cola's branding this. There's some
Pepsi
sort of.
Cola.
Oh,
Pepsi
Pepsi Cola.
Cola.
Wait, Pepsi Cola.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Pepsi is a type of cola.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Pepsi Cola. Got that. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that poster, the room is empty except for an orange folding chair facing a switch on the wall. The room is big. It's weird that there's just these two small things in here.
Is the chair like affixed to the floor?
No, just a folding chair, just like sat there in front of the switch.
When we leave, we should take the folding chair with us.
What? Why are we gonna need a folding
Because
chair?
if you want to,
John Cena.
if you want, it's first, it's great as a weapon. Second, if you want to make a shelter, it's good to have
yeah,
something metal
it's-
that you can like take apart and you can make it into like.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Wilder's gonna go up to the wall, and I want to put my ear against the wall to see if I can hear anything.
You hear a rhythmic clicking. Like click, 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 like that.
Like a bomb?
Maybe
No,
like,
more like a clock, something rhythmic to do with the switch.
maybe the switch is like a Morse code type of thing.
Well, maybe we should, I don't know, get a broom or a mop, flip it, and then we all stand over here and see what happens.
We'll use the chair.
There's a switch at the lighthouse station. It's a timer for the light, so that the light goes
Oh.
off automatically.
Do you
But I
think
don't
this will
know
turn
if
it
this-
off?
I don't know if what this is. I mean, they had to want to keep the contestants out of here for a reason, right?
Should we be working to survive, or should we do that and take down this production?
I mean, I think that the best way for us to survive might be to use the resources that the production has on the island.
Okay. Let's.
I also have a problem with impulse control, so if we're not flipping the switch, I'm going to need somebody to take me by the hand and lead me from the room.
No, I'm good. I want to see this thing switched.
Again, speaking as Michael, I'm not trying to prove a bit or anything, but I really can't help it. I never played this system before.
Wait! A character was like, you can flip the switch. Just maybe flip it with something so it doesn't zap the shit out of you or something. I don't know. This whole island seems very keen on torturing.
Use my shotgun.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Take my shotgun.
Don't point it at yourself. Yeah, use the chair.
Flip the switch with the chair.
Yeah, flip the switch with the chair.
The rhythmic clicking stops. Our camera shows outside you have turned off the blinking light that was blinking on and off. Outside. Inside, your character's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it did anything. Made the sound stop. But when you leave, you'll figure out that the light is now.
Wow, I think you turned off the lighthouse.
Wait, so are the boats just gonna crash?
Yeah.
This is not a lighthouse you're in. This is the light on the bunker. Yeah. The blinking light that attracted you here, that is now off.
Yeah.
It's very clear that this is the switch connected to the lighthouse that is miles away. Or you may have turned off the Wi-Fi.
The switch is actually shaped like a little lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's a few other rooms that you can spread through that look like maybe they have supplies that you guys can grab.
Yeah, definitely. Supply suite.
Are you guys okay with splitting up to do that more quickly, or do you do that like you're all moving in a group?
I think we could split up, but Phyllis will say, hey, no button touching until we're all back in the same room.
We do have to.
We do have to.
We have to. So yeah,
okay.
Let's do this quick and dirty.
All right, quick style. All right, moving quick.
Surf and turf. Where's quick and dirty?
I don't think you want your surf and turf. Never mind. Just no button touching.
Right,
Say all
this
the
is going to be up to Wilder to distribute as the winner and the leader. But there's a few things you got. I think Wilder, you find a couple of you find two P99 semi-automatic pistols.
Oh man, we're gonna be loaded.
The thing is, each of these you can use one time, right? Yeah. That's the deal. So you're finding two of those.
Oh, you get one shot and it breaks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's just give most of the gear to Wilder because then you'll distribute it. All right. So now you're also getting a couple of redacted acquisitions, and these are you're not supposed to have these as competitors. These can be used in other redacted areas. These will work. These cannot be remotely disabled. I have to randomly generate what a couple of them are. So let me click on that random redacted. Improvised firearm, zip gun.
Oh my god!
A zip gun?
You have found two of those. Those are tier 2 redacted acquisitions. 2 zip guns. I'll write this down too. 2 P99s, 2 zip guns, redacted. So the way that these acquisitions work when you can roll them is that they all have a tier. Like the P99 is a tier 1. The assault rifle is like a tier 3. In this case, this is a tier 2 redacted acquisition. If you choose to use them, you roll that many D4 equal to the tier, and you just add that to whatever your number is. So you add the top 2 numbers together, then you add your highest D4 of whatever else you rolled. So acquisitions are the only way you can actually add up 3 dice instead of adding up just 2.
Very cool.
You also find 3 of another redacted acquisition. Let me do that one. Oh! That one's too powerful for a tier 1. Okay. Inscrutable gadget. That's better. So we had established that you guys had your watches look like smart watches that they were built in the 1970s. Let's say that this looks like it's a cross between the clock radio that everybody's parents had and an iPhone. It has physical buttons on it, but it also has an LED screen. It's about the size of a brick. You're not quite sure how it works, but it is a tier 1 redacted acquisition. It does do something. We'll find out when you use it. Yeah, maybe you just throw it at somebody.
That's what I said.
You have 3 of those.
That's pretty sturdy.
I'm I'm gonna call dibs now, and Scrutable Gadget is definitely gonna be my underground rap name.
That's great.
Like hashtag Inscrutable Gadget.
All right, then we're gonna move the camera over to Austin. Austin, you're looking through a bunk room, like bunch of bunks, just abandoned. Smells a little bit bad in here. You're looking for anything good, and then you see that like one of the beds is occupied.
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit.
You give it a second look. You're like, hello. No, nobody reacts. Yeah, you have your shotgun, even though it won't work here.
Oh, it doesn't work. I
You
use
get
it.
hit it over the head.
Yeah, use it as a club. Fortunately or unfortunately, the person in the bed is dead and has been
Oh.
dead for a long time.
Oh, that's why it smells.
They're not skeletal, but starting to decay.
But like beef jerky or squishy? Are they still squishy?
Like
Beef
Crypt
jerky,
Keeper?
dried.
Beef jerky,
Yeah.
Dry.
Otherwise, I think you would have all smelled
We
this
probably
early.
would. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The thing is,
Especially
Austin,
Red Girl.
what about the corpse reminds you of yourself?
Oh. That's
Oh,
not
dear.
a daunting question at all.
No, that would have been too cheesy.
You might as well go for it, man.
I suppose I could just go with the easy answer and very cheesy. This guy has this dead person. There's a big heart on their heart, like a tattoo on the beef jerky skin.
Yeah.
That says Martha. And I go,
Why?
he had a loving wife. I'm jealous.
Where's mom?
I wish I did.
Yeah, I think that the tattoo is done in like a very similar style and font
Oh, he
to
went to
your
the
Sarah
same guy in the
tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did he go to Tony too? He's a neighborhood kid.
Yeah, you're a little unsettled, I think. As you kind of like turn out, like I get out of here. You find a small switchblade.
Oh,
And the thing is that this is a like a small concealed switchblade. You could easily put it in your pocket. There's one more thing that you can add to rolls, and those are called advantages. And those you add it can be like a D6, a D8, a D10. We judge based on how appropriate it is for the situation. The switchblade will give you an advantage. So write that in your advantages section down at the bottom of your character sheet.
Switchblade.
Like secret switchblade or hidden switchblade. It will give you an advantage against anyone who doesn't know you have it. So the question is, when you return to Wilder and Phyllis, do you tell them that you have a switchblade? Are you playing with it? Or is this
Put
just
that
a
in my-
secret that you're going to keep for yourself?
but then the cleavage.
It drops out immediately.
I gotta remember
So
that
you-
it's gonna work.
So are you not telling the other competitors
No,
about a
wh-
secret switchblade?
What I
Okay.
do is my undershirt. I put it in my sleeve and then I roll it up,
Roll it, yeah.
and then I put
Perfect.
the
So,
the jacket over it.
So if for any reason you were ever in a contest up against Wilder or Phyllis and having a hidden switchblade gave you an advantage, you could use it because they don't know you have it. Phyllis, you found a car.
Oh shit.
you
I'm
found
sorry.
a-
What?
You found a Hyundai Pony. A Hyundai Pony, a small two-door hatchback vehicle. So write
It's
that
branded
down.
too.
Phyllis, write that down in advantages. Because the deal is, you can use this. You guys can use this to move around the island faster if you wanted to, or one time you can use it as an advantage in a
Oh.
contest. But that's going to wreck the vehicle.
Oh,
Oh, I
It would be a big
This
advantage,
made me
but then
go-
you wouldn't have a car anymore. Yeah, the keys are like hanging on the wall. It
Sweet.
drives out of like a secret tunnel in the direction that you guys would want to go on the map.
Nick, I'm sorry. I have to veto. More than likely, the keys are in the mirror above.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
King-
Yeah.
The door's not locked. You open it, and then like the keys are in the
She's
mirror.
not taking
yeah.
off. She literally just wants to start the car. So she starts the car just to see your guys' reaction if you hear
Alright,
a car
yeah, you-
start.
Do I hear Michael
You
Jackson?
hear the engines rumble.
The radio's on.
Everybody comes together. Wilder, how are you distributing the gear that you found?
I will. So I'm gonna ditch the busted P99
Okay.
that we found earlier.
Yeah.
In favor of I will keep one of them. I will
Yeah.
also keep one of the zip guns, and then I will offer the other gun to either one of you.
This place seems
and
really
then-
like gun centric.
That's a lot of guns.
I feel like
Yeah, a lot of guns,
their
right?
temporary use though is because the shotguns only have like one or two shots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe we'll come in contact with a lot of these. I don't know. Definitely good to hang on to. And then we'll each take an inscrutable gadget.
Okay. So everybody down where you have redacted acquisitions, can you write stuff in
Oh, yeah.
there?
Oh, you can.
Description.
Yeah. So inscrutable gadget is the tier 1. So write it next to one of the ones that has a 1. Write gadget or inscrutable gadget and mark 1 diamond there. Everybody has one of those. So then you have, if you have a zip gun, write the zip gun. So is one person taking another P99 and one person taking a zip gun? Is that the deal?
I am offering that if y'all want. I
Yeah.
will definitely like two-fist it with the pistols.
I mean, Phyllis, you found a car. You should get the gun. I mean, you found the
Probably,
keys.
yeah.
It's got full tank. How'd you find that? Ties look good. I have an uncle that owns.
I got a
that
real
owns
knack
shop.
for finding treasures in places I shouldn't be finding them in.
So this tunnel, where does this tunnel come out?
I'll
I
take a
wonder?
zip gun. Hold on, I'll put it right here.
Is
All
there a
right, so
garage
you take
door
a zip
opener?
gun. That's a tier 2 redacted
Oh, it's tier
gadget or redacted acquisition, and then Austin, you can take another use of P99. Then,
Okay.
the tunnel's going to come out heading in the direction of the sanctuary.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
can we like tell if we look at the map, where it's gonna come out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's
Once
look
you
the
come
map
out of there,
off.
I think there's even directions. I think there's a map that says like to number 9 sanctuary as you come out of this tunnel. Is that where you're heading? You're the leader, so you get to pick.
Yeah, I mean that makes the most sense to me as the player and as the characters.
Yep.
There's
go.
a center console that we open up, and there's 3 sunglasses in there, and just
I'm gonna make sure the AC works. Does the AC work?
Yeah, it's a nice car. It seems
Oh,
like
this is
it. You know,
nice.
it hasn't been used in a long time, but it turns on immediately, and yeah, you can drive it on out of here.
Phyllis.
Hey, Phyllis, pop the trunk. Let's see if there's anything back there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look for the lever. to
Maybe there's like a
pop the
tire
trunk.
iron or something.
Yeah,
I
that's
know that.
exactly what I was gonna look for. Was a tire.
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe there's some basic stuff down back there. Nothing that counts as like a separate advantage. I think like it's all plasticky, and it's all like it's not heavy duty.
It's
Yeah,
like when you go the back lot. You know, all of it's all
Yeah.
styrofoam.
Yes, you definitely get the
Show
vibe
bar.
that it's like it's mass produced and
background
like yeah,
stuff.
it looks good on camera, but it's not necessarily like great to use, right? All right, so you guys are heading towards the sanctuary.
Phyllis,
What?
hit it,
Sure.
and then
Oh God.
Rainbows, lollipops, and
We gotta change that station.
change the station. This ain't working for me.
same one. Rainbows.
Oh, that's all they got.
Maybe if you drive the car, you go
They
insane.
couldn't front up the cut. They have a whole fucking island.
I think what you hear like as you're
Oh, no.
fiddling with the radio, it's mostly static, but then there is like a brief like walkie-talkie communication that you do hear, and it like what you catch is, remember, we don't talk about season number 172. The unfortunate events of that season do not reflect production values or competitor spirit. Let's move on.
172.
172.
Season 172.
Don't
Yes.
talk. So 172 seasons?
That's a lot of dead people. Wait, what'd you
Let's
find,
move to the
Austin?
sanctuary.
What did I find?
Yeah.
A dead person.
Oh, that's awful.
What?
Yeah.
Like fresh?
No.
Yeah.
Like how'd they die?
I didn't look at how they died. I'm not a doctor.
Right.
Right.
I don't go to the doctor
Maybe
very
they
often.
starved to death.
He might have stopped at that. He might have been part of the crew.
What was he wearing?
clothes?
Yeah, he wasn't wearing plum coveralls, so I think it was like maybe ragged khaki material.
Ragged khaki. Very raggedy, you know? Like, kind of
yeah.
doesn't, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
As
Body
you drive
style.
towards the
No.
the
Oh, he's dead.
sanctuary, yeah, he's dead now. There's a big sign up ahead, like a billboard that says like now entering, like that kind of thing, that kind of billboard. It has a cartoon character on it that
I don't like that.
is identified as, it says under it like your host, and it's a very stylized white man with very angular features, his black hair and like really expressive eyebrows, and he's wearing a flashy gold suit. And he's giving a big smile as you approach, and it says like welcome to Sanctuary. Remember, a diamond is a chunk of coal that survived under pressure. And you roll
I don't know about
forward.
you two, but this seems like a very 1%er type of accoutrement.
I'm definitely
A little
getting
bit.
some privileged vibes.
You bring the car onto like a gravel road. It's like barely wide enough for the car as you approach. You reached it from like this secret access tunnel
jeez.
off to the side.
Hey, I don't make the road.
And I know.
You hear like the crunch under the wheels as you're going. You're like the greenery is brushing along you on either side. Again, there's like parrots squawking and distant sounds that like was that gunfire somewhere in the distance? Like,
Well, if somebody tries to
would that
shoot us,
be?
we could just hit them with the car.
you could.
Look.
Yes.
There's an eagle.
In the jungle.
Up ahead, you see like the jungle is cleared. It's a weirdly cleared area, and it is a subdivision of cleared earth on the hillside. It is dozens of identical, like 2-story family homes, McMansions, really.
McMansions.
That was literally the word I was about to ask.
Yeah. Like high ceilings, like you look through some of the windows as you kind of like drive through the ones on the peripheral, you can see like the glint of like chandeliers. There's a turret. It's very
awful.
very turret in this case, not a gun turret, but
architecture.
yeah.
Sorry,
Third
I heard a
story
turret.
thing,
We
yeah.
just faced one.
That's true.
Very silent. This area, like, there's nothing grows. These are not overgrown. Maybe something was done to the ground to stop the jungle from encroaching here. You see a feral dog in the distance, like sneaking between a couple of the houses, and it disappears.
Don't worry, I got this.
I think as you kind of roll in,
Don't waste it on
several
the dog.
competitors. There's like a group of like 6 or 7 people wearing your clothes. They come out of some of the houses, and they look at you, and I think one of them kind of like waves you down.
I look like somebody we know.
No, you have not seen this person before.
I don't trust it. You want me to hit him or pull up over?
We're very well armed, and I mean we're like I don't think we have to come in super hot, but I'm ready to get hot if that's what the situation calls for.
Yeah, me too.
But let's
Yeah,
I
it's-
guess let's check-
Drive
I think a
next
few
to
of
them.
them start like, a few of them are like running, like putting up their hands in front of the car, like they're gonna make you stop if you don't just stop.
Okay, yeah, I think we just approach it with caution, but we'll stop.
Just like
Yeah.
do not enter signs. I swear I'm not going to hit him. It's fine. The car goes right through.
You might wreck the car.
Why? They waited. Done?
Okay, well, if you run him over.
Oh, that'd be fine.
So do you get out of the car? Or you just stop the car and like crack the windows a little.
I cracked the window.
Crack the window. He lean an elbow out. How can I help you, officer?
Probably feels like the smarter thing.
Yeah, you are approached by what looks to be the leader of the group, who looks to be competitor number 000.
Man,
Kind
you
of
got a very
blonde,
low number.
androgynous looking person comes up to you and like looks in the car, sees your weapons and stuff.
Have one hand on the
Sees
gun.
that
Oh yeah.
sees that you're not to be messed with is like your competitors. Yeah, you could see the numbers there. Your competitors. How'd you get a car?
I found it.
Built it.
Yeah.
Some of the other people, the other half dozen people that are with Zero, are like climbing up the outside of these buildings really skillfully and like popping into upstairs windows and like
What the
finding
fuck?
some hidden supplies, like jumping from one building to another in kind of like dramatic parkour fashion.
Maybe they drank the cola.
Were you a parkour artist in your previous life?
I mean, they were trying to get followers, so that definitely makes sense.
Oh, that's right. I would watch.
I would watch that.
Zero gives you a smile and says, well, the thing is, none of us, this group here, we don't know what we were.
I mean, you don't know
you?
what you were. Kind of.
Before this, I know this isn't. We know this isn't life. This isn't normal. But what we did, where we come from, I don't know.
How long have you been here?
We woke up on boats. Like 30 minutes ago, something like that.
Oh wow, you got hit harder on the head than we did.
I don't think it's been 30 minutes because I look at my number and I think I'm 17 and I look at ours and I was like, there's 0.
Yeah. I don't
What the
know.
hell?
0.
This, yeah. Can we? Is it? We're in an environment where we can like speak softly to one another, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Roll the windows real quick. Just a hot second.
One moment.
Blast the
I
AC
think
higher,
they
yeah.
drank the cola.
I'm getting a bad vibe.
Yeah, they
It might
fucking
be
jumped
nothing,
buildings
but I'm
like.
getting, like this place looks weird, and these definitely are weirder than the people that we encountered on the beach.
So,
Anybody seen iRobot?
I was gonna say I love the movie Crystal Skull. You know that one scene
right.
where he goes into that fake town? I feel like we're in a nuke site.
This does kind of feel like a staged town. So I'll lean up to look out at Zero. Is there anything worth having around here? If not, we're gonna move on.
Zero says, well, my guys, we've all kind of found each other, and then we seem to know where the best stuff is.
Oh.
So we've kind of picked it clean. If you could you guys just could you tell me like where you're from and what you know of not this island? Maybe it would help like jog our memories a little bit. Zero is effectively inviting you to like a social game contest right now to try to help him and his crew. But you can also decline and move on.
No, I think Wilder doesn't have any reason to not acquiesce. The bad vibe, isn't that strong. So he will answer that question. He's comfortable answering that question.
All right, so this is going to be a social game to like make friends, make potential allies with Zero and Zero's group. That's what this is.
I'm here for it.
So in this case, it's going to be
See, it's good. I didn't hit him with
Zero.
the car.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
I mean, you can still use fatigue and use an advantage. Yeah, Zero, amnesiac, and unsettling.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Are
See, I think all this could be solved with food. Maybe if he ate his favorite food,
All
he'd
of his
remember.
friends, he have zeros on the names. That's the team name. Yeah, I want to ask what the team name is.
I don't think he's going to remember what his team name is.
What are you talking about?
Nobody has their...
He doesn't have short-term memory loss. He has amnesia.
We don't. I mean,
We don't know how long he's been here. Maybe
Hold on,
he had one
roll
and
the
now he
windows
doesn't.
again. I want to say this without him actually hearing it. That's kind of rude.
One second.
sure.
Just roll it up. All right, we're done. All right, we'll go back down.
Okay. I'm getting the roll together. Okay, Zero amnesia. It's +5.
+5. Amnesia
+5 danger
+5.
level again. Yeah. Roll.
He goes, I remember what I was. I was a murderer.
He was hungry.
Serial killer.
Social game.
I was a mutant.
Oh no! He's like, he's an alien.
This is not a dangerous contest. So if you lose this, you take fatigue. You don't get hurt.
Okay.
I will say, if anybody brings a gun into a contest, which you could, like if you decide to use your gun, you could use that in this contest. That automatically turns the contest dangerous. If anybody does that, you could also use like other acquisitions. Maybe you use them to like help make friends or some other way. Same deal as always. You can do your spend fatigue to use an additional capability if you want to do that. But yeah, our winner last time was Wilder. So Wilder, why don't you talk? What does the Chiron or voiceover say, and what do you think you're rolling in this case?
This probably would be a Chiron situation, and it just says does not have social media. Does not have social media. I think I would like to spend another fatigue. I mean, right? Use the play the game. Now, I have a question. Can we choose what we? Is there any basis like what we choose to spend that fatigue on?
I mean, in this case, you're trying to make friends with them, to help jog their memories, to reassure them. Anything you could do like that. So, like Deathmatch obviously wouldn't apply. I don't really see how Challenge Beast would super apply in this case. If you can make an argument, you can make an argument, but I think it has to be something that makes sense.
I don't know. Trust. What does trust do again?
Trust, you can use that. You use that if you're going to get hurt, you can block the hurt, make somebody follow your lead, or most relevant here, your companion describes how they assist you in your action and gives you a copy of their name die. Okay. So if you guys are like being friendly, like helping each other figure stuff out, you could do that.
We both have the same die face.
We do, yeah.
So they don't get an additional die?
No.
Yeah, you would get an additional die. It's one more d6 to roll, so potentially you would roll it higher. But
so we can all burn one for each other if
you
we
could
wanted to, and we could just instead of rolling, we'd roll 3d6 off of one more d6 off the base.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we use an acquisition, that doesn't help anyway, or like how does that work?
Totally can. It would be a number of extra d4 that you're going to roll equal to its tier, so 1, 2, or 3. You would just have to describe how the acquisition helps. So, maybe the gadget, maybe survival gear, guns would make the situation different, right?
I'm thinking survival gear.
I was thinking the extra survival gear because we all have one, but we have an extra one, and I was thinking to use food.
Actually, a super if we have an extra one, and like that is, I think that because they're trying to, that is a good gesture of goodwill. So I think we're good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who wants to use that, you'll uncheck that, and then you're going to roll 1d4 in addition to whatever you roll, and add that d4 to what you roll.
I think we should all do it, honestly.
Well, I have an extra one because we all have one, and then there's
but that means
extra
only
one.
you roll the d4.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can uncheck it.
Yeah.
That way we all.
It would only apply to your roll, Phyllis. It would only give a bonus
okay.
to you, but it is a slightly better chance to pass. All right. So Wilder, you it sounds like you're rolling your name. You're spending trust to have somebody help you.
Yeah.
Either Austin or Phyllis, and then you can describe it when we get to that. It's not like technically optional, but unless it was a life or death situation and they might say no, then we can maybe just lose trust. But in this case, I think you'll just help each other.
I gotcha.
And it sounds like you're doing that instead of spending fatigue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Unless I can just tell that Zero is like super into my vibe, like because
I think not
challenge
yet.
mode.
I think that'll depend on how this roll goes. Then maybe.
Swimmer's body.
Phyllis, what are you thinking? What does the Chiron or voiceover say, and then what are you rolling?
I mean, same old usual plug, but she's like really like thinking of. I think everybody's just hungry on the island because did you see what the fuck they were doing? Jumping from buildings and things.
Sandwiches fix so much.
I'm starving.
Yeah, like
You have a
she was
whole
like
bag that's
one.
labeled
She was like,
sandwiches.
I think they're just hungry, but like she was like that. I don't know about that. I don't like it. She's like unpacking her survival
Maybe.
gear to prep these sandwiches.
All right. And so you're rolling your name. Sandwich artist, I think, could apply here definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's gonna
You'd
make
be
them
rolling
look pretty
social game.
as she could.
Yeah, social game, and you're going to use a survival gear, so you'll get an extra D4 there. So it'd be 3D6, and then take highest 2 plus a D4. All right. And then Austin, real quick, what does your Chiron or voiceover say?
It says Austin, my name, and then it says, "Did he have this scripted?" As I start to go into the nature guide, sort of like as a guide, going, oh, "Okay, well,
Yeah.
it seems that you've got a lot of houses here, you know, so maybe you were in construction, maybe, you know, tell me about like almost like how he would interact with people who were out here, like, you know, walking in the park or something, like in the hills." He would have to try to connect with every group. He'd be like, "Oh, where did you come from? Oh, that's great. You came from Kentucky. I've never been. I'm sure it's nice." You know. So it says, "Does he have it scripted?"
Yeah, great. Okay. So sounds like name, sounds like your occupation in this case. Nature guide is relevant.
And
Social. And then are you also spending trust in this case?
Yes, I'm gonna go. "Ain't that right, Phyllis? Huh?" And I'm gonna spend a trust with Phyllis.
All right, cool. Tick that down. All right. And then, as you guys are like narrating the results, you can just say how stuff played in. So if you are spending trust, you get an extra D6 to roll as well. All right, everybody clear what they're rolling?
I'm actually gonna spend some food.
I have a question. If I added the D4 to it, or I still just only take the
You take the highest of everything except your D4s, and then the highest D4 goes on top of that. So if you were rolling 3D4, you would still just take the highest of the D4, but it would be added to your other 2 dice.
Okay, because I only make it with the D4.
Okay, that's important. Then you'll have to talk about how that food really helps.
Okay.
What did we get? What did you get, Phyllis?
I got a 6, a 5, and a 1, so a 12.
Ooh, okay. With the food.
So I was like, I needed the D4, or else I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Austin, what did you get?
I got a 12 on the dot, so I got a 4, 4. So no, I got a 4, a 1, and 2 5s. So I'm taking the highest, which is the 5s.
Yeah.
And then I got a 2 on my D4.
Okay. Oh, you're also breaking out the food, right?
I knew I was not going to make it. I had to get something.
Okay. And then Wilder.
I got 12 on the dot too.
Yes!
Wow!
Surf and turf!
Oh my gosh!
This is what
happens
It's a tie result.
This is what happens when you spend everything.
We all 3 of us.
Did you get a 12, Phyllis?
I got an 11, but then I rolled a 1 on my D4.
We all got 12s.
12, yeah, so we all 3 12s.
All
That's
3
why
of us
I asked,
at
I was
once
like,
start to talk
do we
over
add
each other.
it?
Yeah, so I'm from Oregon.
Yeah, so I'm actually from New Jersey. You know, so you can find yourself.
Astoria.
Yeah,
it's actually quite
where they
interesting.
filmed the Goonies.
It's
Do you know
really
the
funny.
Goonies?
There's a lot of
I'm,
outdoor
I'm
space.
explaining the different types of sandwiches they have in the bodega, so I'm hoping we can make something close to this.
It's
I love it. Okay.
We do a lot of that. Oh wait, you were gonna talk? Were you gonna talk?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, no.
Yeah,
no,
I think
no,
this is a confessional where all 3 of you guys are just sitting there and having and doing this talk. You're just talking, describing what's happening. All right. So for the actual who gets the most followers, everybody can roll their name die to break the tie. So the highest. So everybody roll a d6. Whoever gets highest is going to be the winner in this case.
I got a 1.
I got a 1.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, Wilder, you're going to stay the leader. You're going to get 12 followers out of this, Wilder.
Damn.
The other 2 are going to get 6. Because you all succeeded. Tying succeeds in this case.
So close.
Holy cats.
And yeah, you're chatting to Zero. I think like Zero like listens to you and it's like New Jersey and like repeats certain things.
Yeah,
It's like,
no
yeah,
Jersey.
lifeguard. Okay.
Yeah.
I know what a lifeguard is. And like the other group, like they hop down, they do like parkour rolls, and they come over, and soon they're like all listening. They're passing around the food. They're like, "Oh, thank you for that." And it's like, "Yeah, okay."
Wait a minute. Were you part of
Yeah.
Circus Delay?
Give a
All
big
of
You
shrug.
guys, you're
Yeah.
all really nimble and acrobatic.
There's a lot of
that's
shows in
impressive.
in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Hey.
You know, different types of Circus Delay.
I saw Cirque up in Portland.
The human. You see
Oh,
the
wow,
human
wow.
one? Where they're all bodies?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty good.
You think they kidnapped the whole group? That's
Oh
a
my
lot.
god. Is that why they don't show it anymore?
Oh, is that why we don't talk about the season 172? You guys know we don't talk about
Zero looks over to somebody that just hopped out of a building, and it's like, yeah, we'll talk about this. I think, yeah.
Did you guys drink the cola? Don't drink the
I'm
cola.
remembering some stuff.
Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi.
We have
Cola.
those cookies, and they pass over like they found a big box of the packaged cookies, and they hand 3 in through the window, and it's like, appreciate the effort. You can all mark, or like it's up to the leader how you distribute, but you do have 3 small luxuries:
I'm not an asshole.
booze, smokes, in this case, cookies,
Cookies.
Can we put that on the sheet?
alcoholic cookies.
So
It's
only,
small luxuries is in equipment. It's the first one on the right hand side.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at us.
So
fancy
Wilder's
cookies.
giving 1 to each, right? Wilder, you're splitting up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think Zero says like, "Be safe out there. Come on, guys." Gives a little like whistle. The crew moves like with like supernatural, like moving like a school of fish, as they all like turn immediately and start like running in unison, hopping like up over a building, and yes, scaling the outside of it, jumping further than you would imagine would be like safe or maybe even possible.
Maybe they're like stunt doubles.
Oh, maybe.
Not doubles, yeah.
Should we go to the crash
that.
plane or the playground?
Has anybody
going
ever
at
seen
three?
like a horror movie? Playground seems real.
Or Wilder. Yeah, Playground actually does seem like not a smart place
Yeah, we
to
got
go.
Playground,
I don't
Crash
know.
Plane,
I don't know why
Tangier,
right now.
connected to Whitewater as well.
I'm gonna be fully honest.
Um,
I want to head towards that VIP from that secret, the confidential map that we have.
Oh yeah. We probably get better stuff.
I'm looking at the wrong
I'm gonna be
map.
real. I'm headed towards that.
I'm not
but-
against that.
I keep looking at the wrong map. Hold on.
VIP landing area.
Yeah, VIP landing area.
Question is, who's landing there, and do they got better stuff than us to try and kill us with?
Maybe we should explore.
Because who's
Get
landing
more
there?
Guns.
This
Yeah.
certainly wasn't the sales
What's with,
executive.
there's a word that just says the house.
Where?
House.
You see it?
Oh,
Seven.
yeah.
Center of the map.
It's just the house.
map.
Maybe that's like the production house.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's the
Where we
compound.
going, crew?
Clearly,
My-
they don't. They lose track of people. You have the guy that turned into beef jerky. Why don't we roll for it?
Crash
Should we-
Plane.
Crash plane. I kind of want to go.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can't-
Wilder, you're the
Uh,
leader. So.
Crash
used to watch
Plane
them.
is. I don't know why. Crash Plane's calling my name.
I've seen a lot of
And yeah,
Lost.
that rhymed. So deal with
All
it.
right, sounds like you're driving your car towards the crash
Deal with
plane,
it.
right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Fuck, I gotta find my sunglasses.
Deal with it.
Yeah, you
I have
roll
mine there
on.
somewhere.
Eat it.
You pass
Eat this.
kind of like there's an electronic billboard, like animated billboard that shows the host in his gold suit and like
Hosty.
pointing at words in gold text. Winners play to win. Then it changes as you drive by. It says grind now, shine later, play to win. As you drive on towards the crash plane. See a crash plane.
You
yeah,
guys familiar
in the-
with some guy that thinks he's an alpha? That sounds like that type of spiel.
It does.
That's a real thing.
I know.
I've seen a lot of self-help books. You can be the alpha.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Austin, no.
Up ahead, you do see like a crash plane in the distance. You're getting closer to it. It's a broad sloping hill. covered in like scrubby ground cover. Like plane is in a couple of pieces, and there's like scattered debris all over it. Even from this distance, you can see that it's like rusty and kind of like overgrown with weeds. You all start to get this like the very keen sense that you are currently being watched. You look around, you don't see any particular cameras currently on you, but definitely that like prickling on the back of your neck. You like come around a tree to like get closer to the plane. And there is a little old woman standing in the road. She has a headscarf on, and she's standing in the road watching your car approach. Do you run her over?
I don't run her over, but does she got coveralls or no?
No, she doesn't have coveralls. She's the first person you've seen on this island who does not have coveralls.
Who's alive?
Who's
She's
alive?
dressed like a old lady in a
so
headscarf.
hard. This is so hard. This is so hard.
Let's pause. Let's take a pause.
Maybe we yell
Let's
at her
pause.
and ask her if she likes kittens.
Hold on. Let's pause. Do we run her over?
That I don't feel like
It'd be an easy hit.
Michael.
I
Michael
have a
totally
question.
Wants to.
Yeah.
I don't think Wilder. That would ever be an inclination. But we could just go around. I don't know.
Maybe throw a cookie at her and see what happens.
You're gonna drive-by cookie her?
Yeah.
You got
She is
I
just
don't know.
watching you, very clearly sense of like, I want to see what they're gonna do.
She doesn't say
There-
anything. Well, she might have a
Wait a
shotgun
minute.
behind her. What if she's
If
one of
you,
those crazy
if you
old ladies?
stop and give her a chance to say something, she'll say something maybe. But
There's three of
you know,
us, only
gotta
one of her.
stop the car.
In
But we're
the
also being watched.
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Maybe it's like a test. If we don't kill her, maybe we get something.
How do I make an insight check? This is a reality show,
Yeah.
right? They want us to.
Do something.
It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
This is a setup. They want us to either hit her or, you know what I mean? Like this. That's what they're trying to set us up
Should we act?
for that.
Get away, you old bitch, or something like that.
I mean, I think the smart human approach is to talk, but I don't know. This has definitely given me some.
Phyllis, what do you
I
think?
don't.
Should I just yell at her? Are you lost?
We should be still in the
Yeah.
car and then
Yeah.
yell at
Yeah.
her.
I mean,
I like how
Wilder,
all the
you-
two
you
grown
get
men are
the-
afraid of the lady.
Yeah. So
Wilder technically can make the call unless somebody else is spending trust with Wilder to make him do what they want.
I can just ask her if you want. I can yell at her and ask her if she's lost.
We should pick her up. Maybe she's a hitchhiker.
Yeah.
Rule one is
Yeah.
you don't pick up hitchhikers.
And rule 2 is if they don't have their thumb out, then that doesn't count.
Oh, good point. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, she's
universal
just-
sign that you're hitchhiking.
I would just like to point out
Yeah.
she's just been staring at us this whole time.
Does she have her
and
leg out?
That's just creepy. What do you mean her leg out?
It's another universal sign for hitchhiking.
Oh, I thought we were going a different route with how you were approaching that.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Let's try talking to her. Let's talk to her.
Okay.
All right.
You are going to talk.
Roll down the window. Are you lost?
I've never played a murder hobo in my life. The dice.
This game is
This
making
does
me
not-
want to
it's
protect
making
myself
me
at
want
all
to,
costs.
and I'm like, oh my god. Well, I have such a I run into that thing where like this doesn't make any sense for the character to do, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a lifeguard.
Okay.
He's a lifeguard. He's not gonna run down some old lady.
Okay.
Even
Well,
he
if we
thinks
have to
it's
like
bullshit.
hit her over the head because she's crazy, you can resuscitate
Yeah,
her.
yeah. What's
Yeah.
your name?
All right. So you. Yeah, so Phyllis, you driving? Did we establish that?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
driving.
That was the, 'cause
All right.
you were in the driver's
So,
seat
yeah.
when we got to you.
You stop the car. The little old woman in the headscarf and like old typical like you'd see an old woman in any like store or just on the street, and she like starts walking over to your window and she's walking very slowly. You know, just doing an old woman walk. She gives you like a little smile.
You know the type.
Did you
That's
crack
awesome.
did you crack the window?
I don't like this.
Little bit, just a little.
Little bit. Yeah.
like
little
you're
bit.
talking to the cops. You're like, just a
Yeah.
little crack, enough to talk.
She says, well, thank you for stopping. I'm Magda, and
PI.
You probably don't want to go that way. She gestures to the plane, and she goes, like, holds up her hand. And right then, you start to hear, like, whooping and shouting, and you see, like, several people running around the plane. They have, like, boxes of stuff. It sounds like people outside a bar late at night. Like, they sound like almost on the edge of a party. And Magda says, they found some alcohol and some drugs too, unfortunately. So they're a little wild right now. I wouldn't go that way if I were you.
Magda, I can't help but notice that your fashion sense seems a little bit different than ours. Do you live on this island?
She says, I live not far, but yes, I've never been a fan of coveralls.
I see.
Okay. Did you?
Are you supposed to be wearing them?
Did you used to have a pair?
Yeah.
I haven't worn coveralls since I was a very, very young girl.
What? How many seasons?
She holds up her hand and she's like, and that is when a loud klaxon sounds, sending startled tropical birds squawking into the sky.
I remember.
From unseen speakers and from the radio of your car, there's the voice of our host. It says, hello, competitors. Congratulations on making it to Phase 2. Only half of the remaining competitors will survive this phase.
Oh.
In this game, you only have one life, so spend it wisely. Play to win.
Winners
We're
win.
moving into Phase 2. If people would like to take a break, now is the best time between now and the end of our time. So what do we think?
Yes,
I would like to refill my water. Very short. I just need to refill my water and use the restroom. But,
We'll be back, everyone. Production.
All right.
Yay. And we are back. Phase 2 has begun.
Phase 2 has begun. The klaxon ringing out. As you're looking around, a screen has turned on inside the car, like the entertainment center of the Hyundai thing that displays what music is playing, and radio station has now like showing black and white footage from a security camera. You look around, and the old woman Magda is gone. She was there a second ago, and she was not
never
there
here to begin
currently. So a couple of things are happening at this phase. We're moving into the Phase 2 gameplay. So we're gonna go through a couple of steps. So the situation on the island right now, as you understand it, there's a couple of threats or situations you could choose to deal with here at the end. First, up ahead, there's Gideon. Gideon has climbed on top of like some of the wreckage, the plane, and he's like shouting out at the top of his lungs. He's shouting. Yeah, he's part of the group that is now like drunk and high. More than just his other two cronies. He's gathered some people with him up ahead.
We have cookies.
And Gideon is shouting out, and after Phase 2, klaxon like fades away. He says, "All right, let's just discuss this. We can have a conversation about this." He is waving a gun in the air as he says this, but he says, "Everybody, just come to the crashed plane. Come to the crashed plane, and we'll talk through how the rest of this goes. All right, come to the crashed plane. And tell everyone, come this way." And I think that does get picked up on like speakers. It's clear that the island, whatever it is, production wants everybody to know this. So you hear that clip of his voice played through speakers, played through the car, and it does echo through the island. Come to the crash plane. We'll talk about this. We'll deal with the situation. So there's Gideon as one. Second thing is the black and white footage on the in the car shows what you recognize as Zero's group. Zero and his group of maybe their Cirque du Soleil or whatever. The moment the klaxon went off, they all start moving like super determined, like a school of fish, but this time it gives you the vibe of like sharks. They pull weapons out of their pockets. They're moving, and you do see them like they come across a group of two people, and they instantly kill them. They cut their throats. They like do like karate moves, kick their nose into their face, and they're dead.
Kick their nose in
And
their face.
Yeah. Do the hit the nose up into the brain kind of thing.
Pressure.
Yeah. But yeah, Zero's group looks like an incredibly dangerous and like weirdly coordinated, and it was like a snap. As soon as the klaxon sounded, all of these amnesiacs were like moving like programmed.
They instantly knew what to do.
Yeah.
So
sleeper agents.
Yeah. For our end game here, do you want to get involved with Gideon right in front of you or Zero's team?
Oh, Gideon.
If you don't get involved, you have no chance to like influence the outcome of the end game, and all the worst possible stuff will happen.
Zero scared me since the
Zero
beginning.
scared me a little bit, and we have a throwback moment here. Wilder doesn't like sales executives, so
Yeah.
That's just the way the chips fell, Gideon.
Yeah. We drive the car into the crashed plane and hit.
Yeah, sounds like Gideon's the focus. So we're going to make a couple of rolls in sequence here. We're starting with Scout. The first part of our battle royale here at the end is scouting. This is where you all can act individually. This is more like zoom out montage mode. Describe what you do. Are you splitting up? Are you trying to find potential allies on the island? Are you spying on enemies? Are you looking for like potential battlegrounds? Whoever wins this, and you'd be up against Gideon and his alliance for this, whoever wins this would earn a D10 advantage die to use during the rest of phase 2. Whoa. So that would, an advantage just means you get to roll a D10.
Instead of a D4.
Got some, this wouldn't be an acquisition, gets added on.
Sorry.
An advantage is just you also roll a D10 in your pool. So, pretty good. You could try to find allied teams, reconnoiter the island. The deal with the difference with a scout contest is each competitor can choose whatever capability they want to roll. So you can pick your best thing here as you do it.
Sweet.
So let me get the number for Gideon here.
37.
And you'll know what you need to be. I hope not, for your sake.
God damn it.
Okay.
I want this idiot just to like fall off the plane and break his neck.
Guys, we're all having fun at top of the crash plane.
The traits I'm adding are reckless, which is also a D6, and jokerfied, which is in the book next to his name.
Are we in the DC
him and his
universe?
crew? No, he's just like that kind of personality. They're all on drugs and they're getting pepped up.
He's the person who says a joke, but it's really, really like inappropriate. But he's like, "I'm just joking, guys." It's like, of course you're a sales associate.
Yeah.
Roll contest. Let me make this
He always gets drunk at the office party.
Yeah, always. No one really. People just tolerate him.
Oh, only an 8.
We got this.
Only an 8 up against Gideon. Okay. You guys have been in good shape so far, and you have a lot of equipment.
Yeah, knock on all the wood.
So let's go around. Let's start with our leader and Wilder. Remember it's montage, zoom out. So this is does your Chiron say anything? The voiceover say anything? And tell me, what's your general approach to scouting? Like, what are you doing, and what capability are you using here?
So I think I'm looking for some way to get the best advantage on Gideon and his people like geographically.
Yeah.
Being up in the lighthouse tower, I have all day to just look around.
Okay, so you're thinking about like, all right, they're there, and I can see someone. So you're looking for a best approach or way to sneak up, or if you're gonna have a fight with them. Anything on the voiceover or Chiron that we want to highlight here?
Good under pressure. ...
Good under pressure. Yeah.
Question mark.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Good under pressure. I like that. So you it sounds like you would be rolling your name, your occupation, challenge beast probably here. You're running, climbing, looking for the best. You spending any stress, any trust, or using an acquisition in this case?
Let me look at them again just to make sure. I mean, I feel like this is the situation to use the gun in, right? Teammates, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna use my gun.
I was just gonna ask.
All
I was like,
three
are
are
we
gonna use a
allowed to
gun.
consult with each other? Or
All
no.
of us are. All of us
I
are using a
mean,
gun.
you
Hell
don't
yeah.
have to shoot. You could use the gun as like a threat, but it's up to you.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you describe how you're going to use it.
I mean,
This
I'm
is just
definitely going
scouting too. This is only
Yeah.
the scouting phase of it. You're not actually coming face to face with Gideon yet.
Okay, so then maybe not. Maybe I'll hold it then, and like I don't want to play too much in my hand. I don't want him to see that I have.
Okay,
So,
you can hold on to that. I mean, you have the gadget could work. We don't know what the inscrutable gadget could
zip
work,
line
but
thing?
maybe it helps.
You know-
Maybe it's radar. Maybe it scans the surrounding area and helps you in that
I
way.
will add that. I will throw that.
All
in
right.
there.
So that's going to be an
Something
extra D4 for inscrutable gadget. All right. So you're going to be D6, D6, D8, and a D4. Okay. Who is our second best last? Oh, you were all 12. So, Phyllis, anything for the Chiron or voiceover, and what are you doing in scout time here?
I also want to use the gun. I feel like that's her tagline, which also wants to use the gun.
A voiceover goes, Amy
great,
C.
yeah.
Phyllis, once again reaching for her gun. She really wants to use that gun.
No, she wouldn't bring it out, but I think because he's on top of the plane, right? Just shouting like an idiot.
Yes, he's up there.
That's where the
Examples
wrestler
of things
comes
in scout, like regroup with allied teams, reconnoiter the island. That's what Wilder's kind of doing. Surveil the opposing alliance, infiltrate the other side, appeal to humanity. These are all different things you could potentially be trying here in scout times.
I just want to see if there's like a weak spot where he's stepping, because I mean, her plan is either I'm going to shoot this guy or shoot like in the direction where he's going to walk, so he just drops.
Okay. Yeah. So you're getting as close as you can, sneaking up and looking for a weak spot in his stand. Yeah.
That,
All right,
or if this
that's-
thing's filled with gasoline still, because survival gear gives you fire, and you could.
Ooh.
The,
Okay, yeah. I think either one of these could turn. Yeah, if you win, this could turn into that D10 advantage for you in the next round potentially. Okay, so that's a D6 for your name die. I don't think Sandwich Artist is applying here. This is snake mode. You're doing sneak and potentially trapping him. That's what you're looking for.
I want my
and then
tagline to be "Sandwich to Violence."
Sandwich to violence. Yeah.
Real quick.
Are you using any trust or stress or acquisitions? Wilder's
Yes,
using the gadget.
I might be using the survival gear because if there is gas in it, I would hopefully safely light it.
Yeah, I think it could also that could be a distraction really easily too to allow you to get closer and look up. Is just start a small fire. So yeah, you can definitely use the survival gear. So you'll be at D6 plus D8 and also a plus D4. It sounds like. Okay. And then Austin, Chiron's voiceover, and then what do you roll in here? What are you doing?
So I'll tell you what I'm hoping to roll, and then I'll tell you the Chiron for that. So I know when it comes to big cats, you gotta think big. You gotta make yourself big. So Austin gets big. His arms go out, and he just goes, "I'm coming through!" And he'll start walking in, and he'll start pushing people as people start to conjugate towards the crash plane. He's like, "I'm walking here. Get out of the way!" And so hopefully that's enough to count as a nature guide sort of part of his thing. And he's definitely doing challenge beast, and the lower third shows up and he goes, "Wild man." Just a third iteration of wild man, and this one both on the N of man, so at the very end of it, and the W of wild, two big arms show up and they kind of flex, just like a little graphics.
So what's your goal here? Are you trying to get close enough to see what's up with Gideon? Are you trying to be a distraction, or?
I'm trying to get up close.
Trying to get
as close as I can.
All right, so yeah, this sounds like your name, your occupation, challenge beast. Any trust or acquisitions, advantages, anything like that?
No, not this time around.
Okay. All right. You guys only got to beat an 8, so I think we're all set. I think everybody can roll if you know what you're rolling.
It's not like a lot of dice. Oh, okay.
That D8 saved me.
Ooh.
I got a 9.
I keep rolling ones on this D4. I need to switch out that D4.
Ironically enough, my D8 was my worst one, but my others were good. I got a 9 plus 4.
Oh, that's great.
I got a 9.
A 13 for Wilder. Okay, a 9 for Phyllis and Austin.
I got on my 2 6s, I got 2s, and then on my D8, I had a 7. So
I
saved
got
me.
a 7 and 2
so
ones.
9 then. Yeah.
9.
All right, so we got two 9s and a 13. Okay. All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
walk in and make some room. Big cat. Big cat.
In the interest of time, we won't do a full confessional on this because you all kind of have described what you are doing already. So yeah, I think you do get close, Austin, and you are able to kind of like scope things out a little bit and see where people are. I think you get close enough to realize, oh, this is 100% a trap. Gideon has people like lined up with guns, ready to ambush all the people that come in to talk about it.
Hey, this guy's a piece of shit.
It's 100%.
This guy's a piece of shit.
100%. You see some plastic explosives like laid around
shit.
outside the perimeter of the plane. It looks like the people with guns are gonna like shoot the plastic explosives and blow up anybody who's like coming in to talk. So that's clearly a trap.
Good thing I have this inscrutable gadget that's going to disable. I don't know.
I mean, I used.
I wanted to blow up the plane. We're cool with this. We just blow it up before they blow it
Nullifies
up.
bullets. I don't know.
Yeah. Phyllis, you see Makbul and his team. He's maybe picked up a couple more people as well. You can see that they're also like in the bushes on the opposite side, kind of like looking at Gideon and trying to figure out what the best move to do is. So Makbul is around here somewhere. And then Wilder, you do get exactly like you got trees that would give you a good vantage point. You got like the hills around you. Have a really good sense of the layout. So you can write down on your advantage area of your character sheet, like D10. This one can only be used in phase 2. So in the next 2 rolls, either seize or defend, or the battle royale here at the end, that's your chance to use this D10. So definitely cash it in.
Where is that on the character sheet? I'm so sorry.
Down at the bottom, there's an area that says advantages. Bottom middle.
Oh, I see it.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right in front of me.
Yeah, just put like D10 for phase 2, just as a reminder. Okay, now we move into the scramble situation. So,
Do we get
how this works?
I
What's
don't
that?
think we get
For
it
our
till the
last roll?
end.
Do we get followers?
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay.
Earn followers as normal. Yes, you're right.
Understood.
So 8 followers for Wilder and 4 for each of the other 2.
Valid.
Yeah.
And Wilder stays the leader.
Holy smokes.
Let's go.
Wilder's having a great Island 1. Okay, so you know the situation. There are 2 threats here in this battle royale endgame. One is that Makbul and his team may potentially get killed in an ambush.
It's okay.
The other
Has
one
advantage later.
is
Hit 'em once.
the other one is your team is caught in the plastic explosives explosion,
That's the
and you will mark 1 injury each. So those are
not do that.
2 potential consequences that could happen here. Here in our scramble period, you get to choose whether you're going to try to seize or defend. If you're trying to seize, you're trying to control the battlefield. If you can win in seize, then you get to decide the stakes for the battle royale to come. You can decide whether the winners or losers will be, or whether the losers will be killed or not. So if none of you seize, then it's up to the other team to determine what's going to happen. You would also, the winner of seize also gets to choose whatever extra capability you're going to use in the battle royale. So battle royale, this step 3 finale, is always deathmatch, but there can be a bonus capability die. So if whoever wins seize gets to pick what that other capability is. All right. The other option is defend. These 2 threats that I put down, you guys get caught in an explosion and Makbul gets ambushed. Each player, each competitor who successfully beats the target number and is defending can stop one of those things from happening.
We should stop us from getting hurt.
I do have
So at
one
least one
thrust with
person
mock
should-
bull.
We should
Yeah, you
use
wanna
the mock
defend
bull
and you
thing
wanna
that we
do
have
that?
on him as keep going forward.
Oh, that's messed up. I was gonna say act as a distraction so we can get the hell out.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
you can act
whatever
as a
takes place,
distraction,
takes
same thing.
place.
All right, so it's all going to be up against the same number from Gideon's alliance. So let me roll, and we'll see what it is this time. See if it's any better than his 8 last
Oh my
time.
God, it's gonna be like 1 billion.
I
low.
don't know what to choose.
We only met mock bull once.
11. You're aiming
I mean,
for
we
an
can tell
11
him to
now.
act as a
So
distraction. That don't step on the explosives.
Use him.
Yeah.
Use that one thing we have. That one trust on him.
I have a crazy idea though.
What is
Well,
it?
let's hear
You're the
it.
leader.
All right, I'm just gonna. This is just hypothetical, right? The zip gun is like a zip line gun, right?
I think a
Is
zip
that-
gun is if you look up zip gun, it's like a homemade improvised
Oh,
gun.
it's like a
Oh,
so
A
it's
pipe
like
gun. Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
a,
it
it's a
was- in my
shitty
head, I
short
heard-
range gun, but it's not.
Oh.
It can't be turned
Yeah.
off by production. Is the
I
advantage
s-
of it?
Oh, okay.
We had
I
some really
saw
cool
that.
adventures.
Yeah,
I did.
kind of
Batman
mentality.
shit going on.
You need
Yeah.
climbing gear, which you guys have not
Oh,
found.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like. Oh shit. I think seize is the better strategy for like the long game.
You each get to pick individually. It's just you need to beat that 11 for it to count. So
Okay.
if any of you succeed at a seize, and that's what you decide you're doing, then you guys get to decide the stakes and who lives and who dies here at the end.
That's fair.
If any of you succeed, for each that succeed at defend, get higher than 11, you can stop one of those two consequences from happening.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I think, Wilder, you should just do what you think
Yeah,
is
I'll
best,
see.
and then we'll all do
Yeah,
what we
I'll-
think is best, and we'll try.
Yeah. So I'm gonna seize. Yeah.
Okay, and this is still just risky, right? Yeah, it's risky because the next one becomes. Although if anybody does use guns, then that contest does become dangerous.
It's gonna get dangerous. I think I know that for sure.
There's explosives involved. I don't know.
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, if that's the case. Okay, so let's start with our leader. So you know the role, how this works now. Just like what are you seizing or defending, Wilder?
I am seizing.
Okay, so you're trying to take control of this situation. You're
Yes.
ignoring the plastic explosives. You're ignoring Makbul. You're trying to take it to Gideon and his allies get to advantageous situation. I think your name, your lifeguard for sure. You again get to choose. It sounds like Challenge Beast would make the most sense. Are you rushing in? How are you approaching this situation?
So since I spent that time scouting out, trying to get the best, the lay of the land and
Yeah.
means to best figure out how to get over there, try to get in fast and hard. Yeah, use my lifeguard, but from whatever advantageous direction.
Right. Maybe you jump
I would-
up. Yeah, you can knock
Yeah.
Gideon down potentially.
That's
So if
kinda
you're
what I was
doing
thinking.
that, yeah, you can use that phase 2 D10, and you would roll that as well, and that counts as one of your potential highest numbers if you're going to use that advantage right now. Which
Yeah.
is,
Only Wilder has that D10, right?
Yeah.
Wilder has that D10 because
Okay.
he won yeah.
Come on, Wilder. You
Absolutely.
have the best chance in making this.
All right. Don't tell us your roll, or don't roll until we know
Yeah,
what
I'm not
everybody
gonna
else
roll
is
until
doing. 'Cause we
everybody
gotta
else
get-
is doing it.
It sounds like D6, D6, D8, and D10. If you're not using any gadgets or whatever. If you decide to do any other acquisitions, just tell me. But you do have one more roll after this. The actual battle royale comes after.
So I think
Yeah.
I'll take the pool that I have now. Yeah.
That's probably when people will want to pull guns if you intend to kill. Again, you don't have to. If you guys seize, you could decide that you don't kill anybody that's here. That could be the decision you make. All right, Phyllis, are you seizing or defending?
I'm seizing.
Seizing. Okay. You also want to help make sure that you win here. Okay. What's your approach? What are you doing to try to gain control of this situation?
I kind of want to sneak around, but I also
Yeah.
want to like kind of flag down Makbul and use my trust that I have to
okay.
burn
Yeah.
of like to basically
then-
act for a distraction.
Then yeah, if you spend your trust, he's going to give you a copy of his name die, so that's an extra D6 you're going to get to roll.
There you
He
go.
will give you that. So
Okay,
I think
so
that's
get rid of it.
that's D6 for your name, D6 for his name, sandwich artist, D6 because you're being friendly. But this is sneak mode, so this is snake, right? So that's a D8 as well.
Yeah.
Are you using any acquisitions here? Would
I don't
also be
think so.
you could use the car, but the car could also be used in battle royale if you.
We'll hold the car. We want to keep the car. So
Yeah.
how many D6? You named them, and I was like, oh.
It sounds like 3d6 plus 3d6 and 1d8. It sounds like you're rolling. Yeah. All right, and
Oh
Austin,
yeah, don't worry.
Austin,
defending or seizing?
defending.
Defending. Okay.
Defending. I'm gonna protect my surf and turf.
Uh-huh.
I gotta protect my surf and turf. I have to do it.
Caleb.
Eat it.
Eat this.
Eat this.
All right.
Hey,
You're
this-
trying to stop. So you're trying to deal with the plastic explosives.
Yeah,
it
I'm trying
sounds
to deal
like.
with the
Trying to
plastic
make sure
explosives.
That doesn't go off.
What I'm going to do is, I don't. Me personally, I don't know how plastic explosives work, so I'm gonna bring out my secret switchblade, and I'm gonna start cutting wires. I don't know how plastic explosives work. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
Actually-
if you cash that in now, you won't be able to use it later. but
Actually,
you
no,
can
that's my
use it.
secret one. No one knows about it. I think what I'm gonna do is my inscrutable gadget, and
Okay, that disables plastic explosives. That's one of
Sure.
the things that it could do.
that's
Yeah.
how it works. I don't know
Yes.
how any of this works.
All right, so you would uncheck that and you would roll an extra d4. So it sounds like it's your name. Nature guides notice dangers on the ground, so I think that's
Yeah.
that's an extra d6
So
for
that's
you.
2d6,
Yeah.
a d4. Is this considered a snake mode or a challenge beast?
You describe how you're doing it, and you know that's which one you get to use
Okay.
in this case.
So then
It'd be
what I would do
sneaky
is
or-
huh?
Said if you're being sneaky or the other
I'm
thing.
not being sneaky. I'm going up to the class explosive, and they're probably like part of the of Gideon's crew, and I'm just going, get the fuck out of the way.
Okay, yeah, you're going fast before they can trigger anything. You're just rushing in, and this is appropriate because if you fail this defend, the explosives will go off and hurt everybody. So it's either you succeed at this or you don't.
And then I'm gonna get I'm gonna pull from Wilder, my trust from Wilder. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
let's fucking go. We're gonna.
Wilder's being a good distraction with what he's doing, so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
definitely gives you a help. So that's an extra d6 for you.
Okay, so it's 3d6, a d8, and d4.
That sounds like, yeah, and then you're going to take your two highest of everything but the d4 and the d4 as well.
Oh, I didn't roll
I think
yet. I
everybody
just
can
kept
roll
mine.
now. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
That's what I wanted.
Oh my god, so many wins this time.
It's just the two highest?
Two highest,
Two highest
of the
plus
d6s.
the highest of your d4s
Or
if you rolled
D4s,
any
yeah,
d4s.
I rolled absurdly high.
And then if you just roll 1d8, you add that to it?
So what happens when
Or
we
no?
really pack it
The
all in?
D6s, D8s, D10s, those are all pooled together. So it's the highest of those.
Oh, okay. I don't make
Yeah.
it.
The highest two of those. Okay.
14.
I
I got
rolled a
10.
19.
Let's
Wow,
go.
and a 10. Okay.
Did you get a 10, Phyllis?
Yeah.
No, Phyllis.
All
It's okay, it's okay.
Phyllis,
This has
Austin.
a fail forward kind of just built-in mechanic too, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you had guys have been failing a lot, you would have been taking fatigue and injuries and not getting like acquisitions. So you've gotten lucky so far that you've continued to win. But yeah, the action's going to move. I mean, your characters can and will die for sure
What?
Whoa!
as we go
whoa.
on.
No, we're gonna live.
What did
Where
Austin
they live?
get? Sorry, what did Austin get?
Oh, 14.
14, and Wilder got 19.
19.
You rolled it. That was a D8 and a D6, and
My
You got the
two
D10.
D6, a D8.
oh,
and
and your
a
D10. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it was.
I got an 8 on my D10.
Okay, so it's
that's
8.
a 5.
Oh, you don't roll all. You don't add all three together, right? It's the two
No.
highest, counting the D10 as well.
Yeah, 6 and 5 and an 8.
Wait. Okay, so it should be 6 plus 8 in that case. The 8 counts as one of your take the highest.
Oh.
The
Yeah, that's what I got
only
confused too.
acquisitions. Yeah,
Oh,
only
that's
D4s
totally my
ever
bad.
get
That's
added
totally my
on
bad.
top. Everything else is just one more die in your pool. Only D4s get added on.
Please tell me you still made it over 11.
Oh yeah, 14.
14. Okay,
14
we got a
club.
tie.
bad.
Austin and Wilder roll off your name dies. Each roll a D6 to see who wins this particular case.
That's a 5.
It's a 3, so it goes to Austin.
Okay, Austin, you're gonna get 11 followers out of this.
11 ticks.
Wilder is gonna get 6.
Uh-oh.
Phyllis, you're gonna get 1, and you're gonna mark 1 fatigue as you try to do this, but you do
You're
not
just tired.
successfully.
You gotta eat more.
Close. I'm so close.
Do not successfully achieve this. Okay. Interest of time, I'll narrate how this goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phyllis, you did not succeed, but it's okay because you were trying to seize control of the battlefield, and your teammate managed to do it. So you guys still do control. You get to dictate the terms of what happens in this battle royale. So basically, it's like you guys are going to now fight to try to win the battle royale, and since you have set the stage of this competition by Wilder, you getting up there, I think you do knock Gideon down. You guys get to decide if this is lethal or not, or who's going to live or die here at the end.
Accidentally slipped.
As we roll into this.
Yeah,
Phyllis, I think you unfortunately slip. You don't make it. But guys don't get blown up by the plastic explosives because Austin does successfully disable those and roll out of the way. Uses the weird clock radio iPhone, and it disables the plastic explosives. Seems like maybe it's the kind of frequency that turned off your guys' guns earlier. Maybe that's what that thing did. In addition to being radar earlier, it can also disable explosives and things like that. But what does not get defended against is Makbul. As Makbul is helping you, one of Gideon's guys just shoots him in the chest. And Makbul goes down dead.
I hardly knew him.
Makbul is killed. He was following your lead, Phyllis, and didn't see this guy.
You slipped and he got shot instead of you. You were being the target, and then you slipped and he was right behind you.
I shouldn't find that this funny, but
Come on, Michael, we're gonna get it.
Whoa!
All right.
I
We
feel
have one
cold,
more
Mr.
roll.
Stark.
Do people need to jump and we do the roll next time, or do we have 10 minutes to do this battle royale roll?
I am not
we have 10
in-
minutes. I'm
I
just
am-
wrangling a toddler at the same time.
Yeah, sorry about that. We have a kitty. We have a kid out here. Don't worry.
That adds to the excitement.
Yeah, the immersion. He's like, my mother's
All
laughing
right.
about murder. This is fun.
Okay. So you guys have taken control because Wilder took control. You knocked Gideon down. You've disabled the plastic explosive. Guns come out, clubs, knives. The battle royale is always a deathmatch contest, but everyone can also include a die from the bonus capability chosen by the C's winner without marking fatigue. So Wilder, what is the extra bonus capability? How is this fight going? Probably you want to use Challenge Beast because that's your best.
I feel like that makes the most sense given the circumstances.
So you're setting the terms. This is a running, jumping, dodging, very physical kind of contest that you're using here. Okay. So yeah, you can still only you can add one bonus capability. So everybody's gonna get to roll Deathmatch and Challenge Beast. You can also choose to roll something instead of Challenge Beast, but that would cost you fatigue if you wanted to use something else. Challenge Beast is free for everybody to use. And yeah, this is a fight. This is you can be shooting people already. It is a deathmatch contest, so it is dangerous. Or you could just be trying to knock people down, knock people out, get people to surrender. It's kind of up to you.
I'm
how you
using that
decide to go with
shotgun.
this. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
if you
there
were
you
doing
go.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
I
that.
did not. I think Wilder's probably in a play like the kind of guy who would not be like, I'm gonna kill everybody, but he's definitely gonna kill Gideon.
Yeah.
Like Gideon, like he's a prick. He's gonna be a problem, and
My
if anything, it will show, give a message to his followers. You know. So yeah.
All right. So I am now rolling not just for Gideon, but for the Frenzied Alliance, which is his whole
no.
drugged out, aggressive
See, I
alliance.
knew he had a team name.
That is their team name now, the Frenzied Alliance. I'm rolling for them. Their name, I'm rolling that they're strung out and that they're aggressive. Those are the
Just a
things
bit.
I am rolling.
Come
This
on.
is dangerous. Rolling contest.
Come on.
Good luck. Give me
It is
some
a
luck.
deathmatch.
Oh,
14.
Well,
That's
then.
our
gonna
highest
go well.
number yet.
That's the highest number yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
Bro, I gotta
dangerous. Like
use my
people are
gun.
taking harm
I think
regardless
you're
of what
gonna- Oh, yeah.
happens. People are getting injuries here, so time to use your acquisition. You could use the. I'm going to tell you right now. You can't take the car to the next island.
We should use
Oh,
the car.
we
So
should
you're
use the
losing the
car.
car after this, right?
Yeah,
If somebody
good
wants
go.
to use the car as an
I
advantage,
was like,
now is the
I mean,
time.
Phyllis, you don't have good challenge beast.
I don't.
You're snake mode. Why don't you use the car?
Okay.
Use the car. Yeah. I was also
Hit
going
him
to
with-
ask, do I get to use the advantage, the D10 on this one too?
You already used it once, so that has
Okay.
been used in this case. So that
Okay.
helped you seize, but now it's gone.
Gotcha.
We're not getting blown up. He's on the ground.
All right, let's
So
let's start with Phyllis. So if you're using the car, I think that's a D10 advantage in this situation.
Hell
So you're gonna
yeah.
roll an extra D10.
okay. I was like, do I have
got
a
your
D10?
name. Got your name on D6. Got the car as a D10. Deathmatch is a D6. Are you spending fatigue or trust or using any of your other acquisitions?
I guess I'll use a trust from. I don't know who I'm next to. I don't know.
You know, you'll be. This will cover a range of time, so both of them will be close to you at different times. I think.
I'll burn one of my trusts from Austin. So that's what, another D6? Or no?
Yes, that's another D6 because it's Austin will
Phyllis,
create
hit
a
this group of
distraction.
people. There's like
Yeah.
12 of them in a row. It's like almost like you're going bowling.
you were like, use the car.
This
Both of
way,
you guys
use the car.
car.
Use the car,
All right.
Phyllis. You're gonna make a
So-
sandwich of people.
Are
Not
you
in a good
okay
way.
with using? You're going to use Challenge Beast for free rather than spend fatigue.
Yeah, because I already have
Yeah.
2 fatigue. So,
Yeah.
and we're going to use
All right,
the whole
so you're
freaking
rolling
car. I got a
D6,
3d6 and a d10.
Yes, that's right. 4d6 because you're getting a copy of Austin's as well. Because you're
Oh, yeah,
rolling
yeah.
your
Oh.
name, Deathmatch, Challenge Beast, Austin, and the car.
Okay. Well, then I'll just roll
4d6
one of
and a
these.
d10.
One of
Yeah.
these twice.
That's pretty good.
If she pulls on me for thrust, and she's using challenge beast, doesn't mean she's using 2d8.
I have a
No,
D6
she's
in challenge.
A copy of
It's
your
a name
name
die.
and not the
Oh,
capability.
understood.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
The main guy.
All right, Wilder. What are you doing here? What are you using? What are you rolling?
I mean, I'm gonna access all of my lifeguard instincts to,
And do the
to-
opposite.
and do the opposite. Yeah, like that. The switch gets flipped, and
I know how to
I can
unalive
no
them real good.
longer- I
People
can no
can
longer
drown.
save lives. So I'm gonna use my. Can I use? I had a question. Can you use more than one acquisition in a roll?
Yes.
So
Cash in as much as you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my.
Stuff you
zip
don't
gun.
use, you can take forward onto the next island, though.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah, you
rely-
can
we're
cash
gonna-
in,
we-
yeah.
I'm gonna play. You know, I love exploring and finding shit, so I'm gonna burn it up. I am going to use my pistol and my zip gun.
Wow.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
We're put a lot of holes in Gideon.
So the deal with D4s is you're gonna roll all the D4s you cash in. So the zip gun is 2, the pistol is 1, so that'll be 3D4. You're taking the highest single D4 and
Gotcha.
adding that.
Oh, so you're choosing the best D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a pool of other dice and a pool of D4. You take the best 2 of the other dice and the highest D4. and that's what gets added together.
And then I am also gonna burn a trust from Phyllis.
All right, got another D6 to roll.
That car.
Think back on that, like, yeah, she's using the car. So, like, I think at one point, if this works out, I want to, like, check somebody into the path.
Into the car.
Challenge me somebody right into front of the Hyundai. Yeah.
So that should be 3d6, a d8, and then 3d4.
D6, 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 D8, and then 3d4. That's a lot of dice. Yeah. All right, Austin, what are you doing here?
I just, Sarah, if you're watching, please take me back. I am gonna spend a stress or fatigue to do another die. I have my challenge beast, and then I'm gonna do a shotgun, and so I'm gonna take the best out of my 2d4s.
Okay, so you got your name die. Nate, did you use Nature Guide?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Showing some strength. You gotta fight against bears.
Name, Nature Guide. I mean, you're in a jungly environment too. I think that definitely applies, right? Name, Nature Guide, Deathmatch, Challenge Beasts. That's
Yeah, I think you need one more
3d6.
dice for deathmatch, Mike.
What's that?
I said I think he needs one more dice for deathmatch.
Yes, you got a
right.
D6 for Deathmatch as well. So
That
I'm saying
helped.
Okay.
I have to say the d6s I had to choose from was a 3, a 3, and a 1.
Oh boy.
So it was not good.
All right.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
everybody
change
can
that.
make
Okay,
your
roll
rolls
now.
if you know what you're rolling.
All right.
Oh,
That's a 13.
Ooh, you did
No.
not beat it.
okay.
Not close enough.
Come on. Let's hope this one rolls well. What the frick is that on the dice?
If only I rolled
Just
more.
barely. 15.
Ooh.
Just barely. The D4s really saved me because 2 of them were 1s and 1 of them was a 4.
I get it. I got 13.
13. We got 2 13s and a 15.
The only reason I got a 13 is because of the D10 for the car.
Didn't work. The car's ruined. You get
But we
you
can't
get
take it to the we can't take it to another island.
You can't take it with you.
Who says? We don't know.
I think I heard a voice in my head told me that.
Oh, you hear it too?
Yeah, wait, are you? Oh shit!
Phyllis, you hear it?
This is more serious than I
It's
thought.
coming from the watch.
It said you ain't allowed to take that to the next one.
Yeah. He said 13 and it said oof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that Austin and Phyllis, you're both getting injured in the process. So mark that first injury box. When you get those injury boxes that have dots, those are
Yeah.
actually you're going to get in advance. Your character's going to get a little better, so you will get to improve those things. But the problem with injuries is once this track is filled up, you die. And there's no real easy way to remove injuries. Maybe you'll find something, maybe you'll get super lucky, but fatigue, you're going to recover a bit between islands.
Okay.
Injuries are going to stack up.
Yeah, on Survivor, if you get injured, they'll take you off the island.
Yeah. Phyllis, you crash the Hyundai into a surprisingly sturdy piece of the plane.
How'd you miss the people?
No, you hit some people, it knocked some people
I just
aside,
didn't hit
but
Gideon, I hit the other
Yeah.
one.
Well, that's because
You-
Bob's got him.
you
I
get
veered
hurt
left
in
instead
the
of a
impact.
right.
The airbag goes off. You're a little winded. You got that injury.
They got a recall on this car.
Yeah. You can get 1 follower for that, Phyllis, for losing. Austin, you get 1 follower as well. You also get an injury. Any idea how you got injured? Did the car clip you, or did you get injured some other way?
I forgot the warning that Phyllis gave me, which is I put the shotgun into my shoulder, and when I clicked it, I went, "Oh no, I didn't listen!
Right.
I didn't listen! It's like dislocated."
That was an
Okay.
expert use of the throwback.
Yeah,
Well done.
foreshadowing.
Perfect. All right, Wilder, you win, which means you're going to gain 14 followers. So I
Let's
think
go.
you check that
Damn.
400K box off to the side,
Damn, you're so
Yeah.
rich in followers.
and then the followers do roll over. So
2
make sure
cents
you
each.
get the the rest of them, clear the track, and then get the rest of them.
It's a penny.
Snap.
A penny every 1,000 viewers. So, you got followers, and by percentage-wise, you are getting a percentage of that for viewership.
Yeah.
So however many more.
Yeah, and then you have the click rate. Click rate, whatever your click rate is that's going to convert to sales.
I will say this is something for next time. Is there's a area on your sheet, nickname. Once you have filled up this name track the first time, you do get a nickname, which is like official in the game and is what like the game might refer to you as. I think it's so funny that Austin has been working on the nickname Wild Man this entire time. Your name is Wilder. Like, it's the most obvious nickname for you, but Austin has been like so hard trying to take Wild Man as the nickname. You can decide for next time. There's random table in the book if you want, or you can pick a nickname.
Listen,
we'll discuss. Yeah, we'll discuss.
If Wilder gets the name Wild Man, I want Wild Man 2. Like the actual number 2.
But like Roman numerals. Though.
Oh yeah. Wild Man
classy.
The second.
Classy.
All right, so Wilder, you won. You beat the number. Do we see you killing Gideon? Do you kill?
Yes,
This is
please.
the first person you've killed in your life. How do you do it? How do you feel?
He's not going to feel good about it, but like I feel like there's this awareness coming over him. There's some kind of gravity in this competition. That this is fucked up, but it kind of feels like this is where I'm supposed to be, and you're a problem. So
you're always holding someone's life in your hands.
You're like, and I hear voices now.
And this time you're taking
a possible nickname: Lifeguard, Death Guard. Death Guard, right?
Oh, that's real badass. I might not be able to. I mean, my logo is a skull. Like,
Death
the
Guard.
thing is, it's the word death and guard,
Death
and the way there's an animation where it goes woo, woo, like both the words meet in the middle.
What do you use to kill him? Like,
I mean, I used both of my guns, so I feel like it should be one of those, but maybe not. No, I think he's the guy I knocked into the car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. There's several different ways this can go. If the players lost the battle royale, like probably a couple of you would have died at least. If you won the battle royale but you lost the seas, you would all survive, but I would get to decide like who else lives or dies. But in this case, you won the battle royale and the seas. So everybody else that's here, the rest of Gideon's crew, do you kill all of them? Or just Gideon?
I can't at this stage in the competition feel like that's the decision he would make. So he's not going to kill him.
You just get him to surrender. They're all like drunk and high. They see you kill Gideon. I think it shocks them. The rest of you all have guns. A car just drove into the middle of the thing.
We take his.
Can we take their shit though? Like, if we don't kill them, can we take their stuff?
Well, what happens is like after their surrender, and you're starting to look through gear and everything. Let me see if there's something else I need to read, because the klaxon sounds once again. When the dust settles and phase 2 is over, a happy jingle plays over unseen speakers.
No.
The host comes on and says, "Congratulations, survivors! You've completed this island and may proceed onwards. You are now instructed to return to your initial transport together with your team, where a celebration feast awaits. Deviating from these instructions will be met with immediate corrective measures." And you're supposed to pick yourselves up, dust yourselves off, and go back to your boat. That means half the people on this island have been killed.
Next time, Gideon. Okay?
Next time, he's dead.
No, we think...
Yeah,
Gideon's
kill Gideon,
dead.
not the rest of them.
Not the rest of them.
I rush over
Wilder?
Gideon. I rush over.
Yeah.
Next time, Gideon. Oh, he's dead. Wilder, you killed him? I thought it was all talk. Shit, you actually do? That's wild.
I mean,
you're wild, man.
No offense. Like, was he
Wait,
worth
why did
saving?
your tag change to
He was kind of
Death
a
God?
kind of a prick.
He
What was that
a
from?
He was a problem. He was starting a problem on the beach.
Yeah, he's always guns first.
He was.
He was trying to lure people in. He was lying, trying to lure people in. No.
I think. But so as we wrap up here, are you doing anything other than going back to the boats? Because I'm going to tell you, production will get involved if you do anything other than go back to the boats.
I guess there's no quick scavenging. They didn't have
No,
enough.
they don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
Flip off the camera.
Yeah. No.
Play by the rules. Play to win.
Yeah, we play by the rules. We play to win.
We're winning so far.
Wrecked our car.
Yeah.
We wrecked the car.
Phil, so you okay? Even after 30s, any kind of fall of damage really kind of lingers.
Bro, I just turned 40. How old are you?
Austin, I
50.
don't know how to. It looks like you immediately have a bruise forming.
I have a blood. I can feel my eye getting puffy.
There's immediately a hematoma.
Oh yeah, I haven't moved this arm since.
I told you not to shoot like that.
She did. I heard her.
It's just dangling now.
Here, you want me to pop it back in? I
Can
feel
you?
like you could probably. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
I can fix it. It's okay.
I don't know if I want Death God to fix me.
Whoa, Death Guard. Death Guard.
I mean, if he fixes
Pretty
you
good,
from
yeah.
death,
Pretty
isn't
good.
that helpful?
Let me see if I'm able to drop all of this into Discord. No, it's going to be a little bit.
Anybody else think this food situation is real sus? Like, what if we forget all our stuff like those other guys?
Me soil it green. I read that book too during the fire. Watch out.
We gotta eat though, right? Like.
I
I'll
said
tell you
soil
now
it
that-
green, and you said we gotta eat.
Well,
The celebration feast is just going to be some dry cookies and crackers and little
Oh my God,
packages.
this is jerky.
Oh, that's it.
No, that's maybe a little bit more.
They gave us
Calories.
Lunchables.
Bro, I'll make a sandwich out of something. One way or another.
We'll narrate next time, but as you go back to the boats, we'll pull back the cameras. The host voice is saying, "Congratulations to all survivors. We'll see you at Island 2." The cameras pull back and I think you do pass a lot of dead bodies. You pass flies swarming around dead
I think
bodies.
Zero's team did a lot of these.
Zero's team must have been busy. They were efficient. That klaxon just seemed to kick them into high gear, and they tore through the rest of the people on this island. So you didn't have to kill too many yourself, but a lot died.
We killed one.
See, maybe they found I don't know, speed in some of the
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah. I think as you're going back to the boat, you do see Magda, the woman in the babushka.
Oh.
She's just watching you from a hill, and she gives you a little wave and nod, and then turns around and walks away.
She lives here. I think she does.
So she doesn't get in a boat. She's just walking around.
You see her walk off, so who knows what she does. When we resume next session, we'll whoever's was the best in the battle royale. So Wilder, you should note you're currently the leader, so you'll get to decide where you land and everything again. We're gonna do theory crafting, where you guys tell me what you think is going on. Is this a political project? Is this entertainment? Is it a big experiment, or is it just something weird? You'll vote for one another. Did this person show the traits of outbrave, outsmart, outtalk, or outlast, which are different traits that you could be especially good at? You'll vote for each other in that. You'll recover a little bit of fatigue, so we'll talk about that next time. We'll do some trust building, gain some more trust with each other, and then we'll move on to Island 2 to do it all over again.
See, we had to vote.
Cannot wait.
That's cool.
But for now, we are done with the first island of Deathmatch Island.
Woo! Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the first part of Deathmatch Island.
We survived.
Once again, thank you to Michael for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Really amazing to have you once again as a continued guest in this little
Love
short
it.
mini story. And
Careful,
thank you,
you
Nick.
might not be able to get rid of me.
Oh, it's fine. We've got plenty of room. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Right.